Surprise, we're back. Welcome back to West Virginia University Esports, live at UPlay's Apartments. I don't think I had to do the intro again, but I figured might as well.
Right.
It felt right. It always feels right. Regardless, we're back. Technical difficulties. Internet crashed. OBS crashed. Everything's crashing, right? I wouldn't be surprised if a helicopter flew through the window at this point. Regardless, we were talking about comps. A quick update on the University of St. Thomas player. Currently up 12-4 on Pearl. There's actually a 1v1 happening. Please. Oh, no. Yeah, the St. Thomas player just lost a 1v1 with 120 more HP than the opponent and stuck the plant. Shouldn't have stuck the plant. Regardless, we have some time. Let's talk about comps some more, shall we?
Let's talk about comps.
So, before we were talking about on Lotus, I would really like to see something change up. I'd like to see some Dinks Neon brought back.
Yeah.
I know the idea has been thrown around a little bit. Haven't seen it. We saw him hover, kind of tease us with the Neon in Agent Select last week. Regardless, I think EDG does a very good version of the Neon comp with Kong Kong. Of course, you can't replace anybody. You can't replace Kong Kong with anybody. One of the best duelists in the world, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But Dinks' playstyle, in my opinion, pretty similar. Kill first, ask questions later. Right? So,
aggro.
Exactly. Throwing him on the Neon, keeping Excite on the Tejo, a character that I think really fits his playstyle. I think Inox could make a really good Fade player with the info, and then the Omen Clove or the Omen Vice.
Right.
You were talking about putting A77 on the Omen.
Yeah. So
Or no, yeah, on
yeah,
the Clove.
yeah.
On the Clove.
Was it the Clove or was it the Omen?
I think you said the Omen.
Okay.
Because I was saying put Guck on the Clove, and then you responded with A77 on the Omens.
See,
Yeah,
I
so we
think-
agreed.
Yeah. So okay.
Yeah.
I think A77 plays really well on like those late round runs.
Mm-hmm.
So if you leave Omen be the person to stay alive and like be that person where they can like, be aggro towards like these individual like lanes, then you leave Omen with Flash, which is super, and then he can be like that more late round type of player.
I agree. And another thing I think this remedies is a lot of the problems we've seen from the Mountaineers are post plants. I haven't gone through all the VODs and taken it, but I would imagine that the post plant round win rate is pretty low, like the post plant fights. I think having the two smokes there and not just a Viper with the one orb that you throw pre-round, right? I think having the two smokes might be really good on maps like Lotus, where you can split the site in half.
That would be a very good.
Yeah,
idea.
you can split the site in half, play around the Tejo util, play around the Fade util, whoever's still alive, and fight it that way instead of what we've been seeing, where the post plants, they try to play like G2 on that G2 comp, where they're all really slow. They play very methodical and let the play develop. I just don't think that fits in the play style individually, in my opinion. I could be totally wrong.
I feel like it could work. It just doesn't practice.
Exactly.
It's just the thing with Neon, though, with the just pick rate of Vice right now, it just makes Neon so bad.
True. It's true.
The York is super picked against Vice because you can see your
Vice bait.
clone. So you can like up Vice's wall while you don't have to actually expend like somebody to actually get in.
Yeah. Which totally shuts down everything about this comp. However, you can still play around that in some ways, right? You just, don't hit the Vice site, which is easier said than done.
Right.
It would require a lot of fast-paced rotates. I'm sure Terms or Inox or Excite or Guck or anybody are in chat right now calling me an idiot, shaking their fists. You know what I'm saying? Rolling in their graves. I'd hope not. Regardless, I definitely think, basically, this all comes down to forcing duelists that are not Yoru. I like the Yoru pick, but we've seen from other collegiate teams, like, for example, I brought it up earlier, Winthrop has Infiltrator, doesn't love the Yoru, hasn't performed very well in the Yoru, forcing the Jet and Raze on a lot of maps where you used to see Jet and Raze that you now see the Yoru. Like on Bind, on Bind they play the Yoru, but like Lotus, they're running the Raze. On Haven, they're running the Jet. On Fracture and Pearl, they're running the Raze almost through and through. On Pearl, Jet most of the time. But regardless, the point is still there.
Right.
That it is possible to win without the meta Yoru comps. And I'm interested to see if the Mountaineers take that and run with it with the new map pool. We did see on Ascent they ran some different stuff. Dinks was back on the Jet, I believe. I can't exactly remember what they ran last night. I didn't get to watch too much of that first map. I do know that Excite was back on the Sova. Still buying the Odin despite the reinforced wall over on B.
You can still spam it.
You can still spam it in the corner. But I think the Sova was there. I do believe the Vice was played. So still, you know, meta, but
Yeah,
not.
relatively meta.
Relatively meta.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, the Sova pick on Ascent definitely still makes sense. Walls, just with the amount of just everything's so open. So it makes sense for that map. But I think, I don't know. You definitely could do some more off meta. They need to practice it against teams that.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, I wanted to point out the UST player that was playing. Team did win in this challengers match, so congratulations. I believe it was 13-5 or 13-6. So very good job. Speak of the devil and heat off the beer. We are getting into the lobby now. So that player is warmed up. Full LATAM challengers game, and we're gonna see Lotus map, and we're not seeing what I was just pitching, which is okay. That's okay. Like you said, it takes practice. Back to the meta. G2.
Doing what we're comfortable.
Doing what we're comfortable with.
It's definitely going to take some practice, you know. Give them a week, give them 2, give them 3 maybe.
30 minutes later, 9 p.m. You know, they could have been practicing a new comp for these 30 minutes. Regardless, we're back here on Lotus Excite on the Tejo per usual, and it looks like we're not going to see the mirror actually glorb on the Vice. Seikyu on the Omen, they are running the Clove, and just like Winthrop, they're running Mate Niles on that the Raze. Very fast-paced comp on attack, in my opinion. You know, Vice sets up for flank, of course, or saves it for post plant, and then Clove, Omen, and Raze just kind of run at you with Teo's utility.
Trying to get in your face, off. Tejo with his just like usage of his utility just makes that comp so good with smokes. What, you have 2 smokes, you smoke off just like 3 different angles, and then you have Tejo and like making a whole line.
Absolutely, and you're back to us because we are fixing an overlay real quick, just hiding the chat boxes is all. But no, one thing that is interesting is that comp that UST is running currently, right? That is very much a fast-paced comp, right? And I think defensively, West Virginia's comp doesn't really defend very well against that. I feel like it's very much a more slow, methodical, let it develop. I could be wrong, but from what I've seen, the way that they play this comp, when the opposing team is super quick, super fast, trying to hit a site, get in your face, get a couple picks, it's not where it succeeds defensively, because we've seen a lot of times West Virginia go down. You know, once I saw them down 10-2 on defense, switch over to attack, they rattle off 9 in a row, ended up tying it.
Yep.
Lost an OT, 14-12, but made it there.
Yeah, I think exactly as you said. I think I would like to see WVU play a little bit more passive here, and I think you kind of give them space on Lotus, or you know, you play your sites.
Toxins going up.
Absolutely.
Toxin screen down.
Spike carrier dead.
Spike down B.
Absolutely, and I apologize for the lack of passing there at the beginning. We're getting off early. The sides are wrong at the very top, but that is okay.
Time to jump.
St. Thomas trading out Nate for Excite, and now it looks like we're going to see a bit of a swing here through the Vice utility. That is Inox still playing pretty slow here. West Virginia on the attack first. Glyph is holding that back elbow pretty quick. Here comes the smoke that looked like a fair line for a second from Duck, but the smoke is through, picking up the spike. Trying to leave, the door is shut. A77 opening it up back for him. Still a 4v4, so we're going to get a decent plant, a decent post-plant opportunity here on C.
30 seconds left. One enemy remaining. Spike down C.
Absolutely
Last player
Glorb there.
standing.
Finding 2 with the Ghost. It looked almost perfectly won by the Mountaineers, but Glorb taking it all in his
10
own hands
seconds
with that
left.
Ghost finding 2.
Clutch.
Spike is held, but Inox can't win the 1v1 with just a classic in his hand. The clutch comes through from St. Thomas, and the Mountaineers drop that first pistol round.
They're doing pretty good with the trades.
No charges left.
Overall, those pretty good.
Absolutely well played for both teams. And now on this eco round, we're going to see 2 sheriffs out of the Mountaineers, Excite and A77, picking up the sheriffs. Pretty standard anti-eco here from St. Thomas. Couple of bulldogs, a stinger, a specter, and a sheriff. And now the round is going to get going. The Mountaineers playing very slow toward this
Spike down.
C site, trying to walk up to Mound. Dinks will get 1 orb closer to his that dimensional drift.
I don't know if you guys saw that, but was it A77 who had that lineup with the Deagle earlier?
I think it was.
Nice,
Very
man.
good
A lot
spam,
of
and
people do.
yeah, Inox
Cutting
and that
through.
Clove traded out for now. The entrance, the site is coming through. Dinks TP's in, has a bulldog from the Clove who passed away, finds 1 kill, looking for the second, finds it. Dinks, the spray transfer on the Glorb, finds 2. Only 10 HP though, switching to that classic as a 4v2 in favor of the Mountaineers. The smoke's gonna come through from Guck. Here comes the paranoia. Not quite hitting anybody. SayQ takes advantage. The Spectre finding a kill. 3v2 now, still in favor of the Mountaineers. The post plant
One
is
enemy
clean.
remaining.
A77 finding 1. Nate getting 1, but it's not. An plant is clean. Guck finds the last kill with the Bulldog. West Virginia evens it up on their eco round.
I really like the force back there. Kind of giving back that confidence first round. First round should have won.
Absolutely. Probably should have won that pistol round. You are absolutely correct. And that's going to force St. Thomas, instead of a bonus, back to 2 sheriffs and a light shield versus Excite's Odin. We haven't seen him buy the Odin on Lotus on the attack half. Probably because they haven't won many rounds on the this early, rather, to get the Odin. But a force, a little bit. 350 creds in the bank for Excite. The rest of the team's economy, pretty solid for now.
Just trying to keep that economy up. I think that makes sense. You have one person that really kind of buy out here. Usually you see like a Vandals, and then you keep your bonus weapon. But I
Sam.
respect that.
I respect it, saying no to that. And very, very, I really like the slow play. Very well timed. The Viper roll
Portal
up towards A
closed.
per usual. The Mountaineers understanding that they're on, that UST is on pretty much a no-buy around here, so trying to force out as much util as possible before hitting a site. Here comes the Vice Flash, broken by Dinks as they continue to walk up, taking space through Mound. Vice, the only player so far for St. Thomas on C site. Nate on the Rays is making his way through Waterfall. The smoke goes down from the Clove, and West Virginia's going to back off, keep trying to bait this util, and a full rotate to A appears to be coming.
Viper still has a lot of use on this wall, so they're going to be able to get pretty good spacing with this wall.
Who's next?
It's pretty loud here. They have the
30 seconds left.
so they're going to hear things pretty.
Cutting through.
Rotates.
Absolutely, the dimensional drift is popped here early from Excite. Glyph finding a kill on a Guck during the rotate, but Inox getting the trade and finding a second on Dejawi. A player from St. Thomas still looking through Baby Door. Not for long.
10 seconds left.
All 3 players from St. Thomas are going to be taking this fight all the way to stairs. The stun comes through. Dinks takes a peek up the ropes, but does not stay there. Glyph making his way through the Clove smoke. Finding Excite. The Odin on the ground right now for the Mountaineers. Inox finds another as Nate gets a kill. It's going to be a 2v2. The Mountaineers have the better guns, but can they come out on top? They've lost some of these post plants in ways way worse than
One
this. 6
enemy
bullets
remaining.
for Excite, but Dinks finds both. And we're aware of the sound issues, I'm sure, if they're coming through on stream, so we're getting those fixed real quick. Solid. Well, okay. I shouldn't say solid. That last round had the better guns, had the right hit, ended up losing 3. Not ideal. The Mountaineers definitely could have come out on top without losing the Odin there, but regardless, just buying
Yeah,
another one.
regardless. End result was still the same. They got the dub. But and what I was saying the round before, where not a lot of them were buying because they wanted to keep their eco. So I mean, it definitely could have been worse.
Definitely could have been worse. Sight back with another Odin, the rest of the team with 4 Vandals, and a fight's going to come out early between Glyph and Dinks over Mound. The decay comes through onto Guck, forcing him to hide in the corner for the time being. The one-way will fade. The question is another going to be thrown? Not quite. Guck TPing away, and we're going to see another full rotate, potentially an A hit, but Nate And Seikyu already all the way up toward Rubble, trying to deny this angle. Will the drone find Nate? It does not, so they did not get to clear Rubble there. So Nate's going to get the spam through the smoke and find Dinks, who is trying to get first contact. It's going to force another slow play from the Mountaineers, and it looks like they're going to make their way all the way back to C site.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate there. I think even if Tejo would have spotted the player over, I think still.
That is probably a fair assessment to make regardless. Inox walking in, going to be the first through smoke. No flashes used, just the Tejo. Molly passed. Excite goes down on the entrance. Glorb finding one. Zhaoui finding A77 as well. It's just Guk alive. Now a 1v3. Has a decent health bank. Is going to get the spike down. Up around.
Do something pretty soon though while these guys are split. Take one. Or they're.
So it looks like he's going to do that right now to Seikyu. The swing comes through, but Seikyu finds the head first. Omen v Omen. Seikyu comes out on top. It's going to get the defuse. St. Thomas evening it up 2-2. Decent start for the Mountaineers. Looking slow there on that one.
Yeah, I think I really like the C pressure that in these future rounds here, you're going to see a little bit of C pressure along as A pressure as well, just trying to keep them on their toes.
Absolutely.
I think B is also being utilized a little bit, or not utilized as much as it should be, but we'll see.
Absolutely. 2-2 here. The Eco looking in favor of St. Thomas, at least a little bit here, looking to be able to afford a couple guns lost while the Mountaineers have to win this as cleanly as possible. Guk and Excite both have their ults available. Inox just 2 orbs away. The flash comes through. Excite does trade Glyph out for Dinks, but Glyph has that Clove ultimate instantly ripped. I'm not a huge fan of that Clove ult, but on the other side, Glorb finding 2. Guk goes down, A77 goes down, and as quickly as it starts, it ends. The Mountaineers, good trade to start, but everybody fell apart after that one.
Yeah. Maybe committed a little bit too hard on that one. The Clove ult there is still a good move from, but I don't know. I think they definitely could have done it. Either way, they still get that result that they wanted.
Absolutely, the audio is still bugged.
Yep.
So we're back here. We apologize. We've been having internet issues all day. Luckily, it didn't come through for COD, but I guess for now, the issues are still alive. We're going to see here on defense, Guk already taking some spam. Nate finding the opening kill onto A77, whose lurks have been a little bit, you know, not very valuable on this Lotus map in the past few weeks. Save by here for the Mountaineers. Inox has the lone rifle with a Guardian. Guk with his trusted Stinger, but no damage done from anybody just yet. Glyph finding another kill, making it a 5v3. The Mountaineers need to clear Seikyu out of Cubby, out of drop, but will they? Dinks is looking to fight for Spike here through door. Swinging it open, but Nate is lying in wait, finding one. The swing over to Dinks, finding his second 3 kills on the round so far for Niles, and Guk going down. Does get a kill to go, but Seikyu getting the final kill. Another round won by UST off of the back of Nate's Vandal for the most part, 4-2.
UST's doing, UST, sorry, is doing really well at taking space in one area and then playing very passive. They're not giving up early picks. They're getting a lot of info. We have to see how WVU is going to adjust it.
Absolutely. And adjust. They need to, and they need to do it quickly. As we've seen a lot of these maps, fly out of their grasp, especially on the defense half. So if you can't get something building on this attack half, Lord knows how the defense will go on this map of Lotus that they have not had too much success on in NACE. Glyph breaking Baby Door early is going to fight around here, it appears. West Virginia slowly taking space up here through A site, but here comes the Steel Garden, taking away the guns of a couple West Virginia players that could not escape. Looks like it's going to be Inox left all alone with just a classic, can't find any kills, couldn't get away. Zhaoui finding that aggressive play there with the Vice ultimate, that Steel Garden catching Inox and Guk. Guk did have the TP to get away though, and now all the way over on C site, full entrance comes through Looks like the Taeho ult was committed there. Not sure about that one, as all the St. Thomas players were spotted out on A site by Inox. Here comes the rocket from Nate. Not finding anybody. Dink's finding one. A77's going to rip the Viper's Pit. X site finds two inside of it. It goes down. Dink's finding one outside. Nate getting one. It's a 1v4. Very well played post plant for the Mountaineers, but two ultimates committed.
Viper ultimate is definitely needed there. That was a really good Viper ult, especially how base saver on the one side. The Teo ult definitely a little preempted. I liked it. Inox definitely got early info. Saw 3. I don't know if he. But either way, you know, he saw 3. They got ulted, so just ripping the taking some. Definitely not a waste of the ult.
For sure. That's why you're here, to tell me when I say things that are wrong. Still not a huge fan of it. I mean, I feel like the info was there over on A, so you probably know that you got over quicker, but you're correct. Better safe than sorry. However, actually not however, also, you still have 3 ults remaining. You have the Dimensional Drift, you have Breach ult, and you have Omen's ult. UST sitting only with Omen's ult. Not a great defensive ultimate to have. West Virginia will be able to afford some guns here, but I do really like this Terms timeout. Yeah. I think, you know, you take an early lead, UST rattles a couple, you win that round. I think it's good. Take a breath. You know, get the mental right for the rest of this first half, this first attack half.
Yeah, it definitely seems like UST did a lot more of their homework yesterday. So I think Churm's calling a timeout here, and team is definitely needed.
Are not
And
looking.
we'll see how they adjust from.
And I can
Time
tell you
to jump.
exactly how this round is going to go, because Dinks has Dimensional Drift and a Judge. Here he goes through Baby Door looking to kidnap somebody. The stun comes through from Inox, but did it hit? I believe it did. Dinks' Judge does not, though. Jowie getting just behind the corner before Dinks can do any damage. A lot of chips were put on that play with Dimensional Drift and the Judge. Nothing much comes out of it. Inox does find a kill on stairs, winning that duel down A long, but Mate now playing through Baby Door, waiting for this rotate. One player in heaven. It's going to be the Vice Glorb for UST. Out comes the Rolling Thunder, not finding anybody, and Glorb's going to drop down into this cubby. In comes the Taeho utility. Nate finds a kill on the rotate, but Inox does as well.
So
One enemy remaining. Last player standing. Spike down A.
Absolutely. Forcing these, and Inox throws the stun. Puts his gun away, throws in the stun, not expecting Glorb to swing there, and Glorb wins it. USD's going to take the 2-round lead. West Virginia had a chance there.
I really like the aggression, though. I think the play was all is just unfortunate. Stun missed by a hair.
Yeah,
really
a pixel.
Scraped around the breach stun. If he would have got stunned, that could have been a different scenario.
Yeah, nothing, like you said, nothing wrong with the play, just a lot put on it, and it unfortunately did not go the way of the Mountaineers. So now, we're sitting 5-3. Eco in a bit, I'm not going to say in shambles just quite yet, but not a lot of money left if we lose this round. Dinks using everything he has, only a Sheriff in his hands, 3 Vandals and a Guardian. So the Mountaineers have to get something going, start getting some cascading rounds here. The Molly from Glorb up in tree. 2 players from the Mountaineers walking in through. I believe that's Dinks and Guck. Great anti-flash from Dinks, but Glorb gets 3 with that spray transfer. Guck gets 3 for 1 trade, I guess. Bajawi instantly taking him out as well. It's a 4v1. A77's not going to win that one with a Guardian. 6-3. UST absolutely strangling the life out of West Virginia on A site.
Yeah, really good defense there. Not really much you could do with WVU with that buy there. Or not so much the buy, but just the situation of them trying to take side of. It just looked like UST really had a good time.
Absolutely. And now, like I mentioned, last round, Eco, not great for the Mountaineers. Just a Bulldog, maybe a Guardian. No, it's going to be Bulldog, 3 light shields. The rest are Sheriffs. Guck, the only ultimate alive for the Mountaineers, and not one that's going to win you a round. Dinks getting aggressive with the Sheriff, as he always does. A77's wall is down for time being. Something UST has been doing very aggressive here, playing from B defensively. Baby door being broken every single round. The smoke comes through from Duck, but Glyph swings out, finding Inox early. Excite gets an instant trade, but you lose your breach utility for the rest of this round. Dinks falls, trying to execute onto B site. So does Excite. A77 follows, and another strangulation. Is that a word? Strangulation of the Mountaineers attack over here toward A. The question is, how many times do you have to get shut down on A before you try something else?
It's not even so much the A play. They're taking the space with the A, and then you know, it's the thing that we were talking about pre-match, where you know, the CTs are just playing really passive. I think the people on B are also playing really well with each other.
Very true.
So it's very hard to try and take that control. You can see Taeho that round was full flash and stun, and then the Rays become B main and did perfect cover. Very unfortunate for WVU.
Absolutely. But something we mentioned pre-game, this comp is very built, it's totally built around, in my opinion at least, playing super slow, letting the defense kind of move around and find the holes in the armor before you take anything. And that right there might be a hole in the armor. Excite with his mollies taking out Seikyu early. So now no Omen, just the Clove Smokes for UST for now, and one of them is going to be used right now for the one-way. The drone comes through from Excite, the flash from Dinks, and slowly making their way up to Mound as A77 is going to lurk his way through B. A77 might come into contact with the UST Jowie, and they will. A77 wins the duel on B. That is absolutely huge. Guk following it up, but the Steel Garden is out. The Classic is pulled by Guk. Can't find Glorb. Glorb getting two with that Phantom, walking right into the right click of Excite, however, and this looks like West Virginia's bringing it back, and they are. It looked hairy for a moment after a 2K from Glorb, but West Virginia, gorgeous execute on to C-Site.
Yeah,
Last round
really
in the
opened it
half.
up. You can see UST didn't really have the players to rotate fast enough. It was very good that WVU kind of picked a side, played sort of that they didn't give the.
Absolutely, West Virginia closing in on that 7-5 half if they win this one with a Bulldog in Inox's hand. Glyph is gonna buy the op. So the Clove op, feared by nations, likely going to be held over on C-Site, and that looks exactly like what's going to happen. Waiting for Dinks to peek this without a flash first. The drone comes out, Inox dry peeking there, and Glyph finding him with the operator before the drone can clear it. The teleport goes in from Dinks. A77 finds another kill onto Glyph though, which is absolutely huge, but slowed now. Dinks has to sit and wait for that, for the thorns to go away. Here comes the Tae ultimate through Waterfall, not finding much value. The smoke comes through onto CT. They can sit and chill. Guk does pick up the operator from Glyph. The timing here might be huge. A77 catching one on the walk-in. Glorb getting the trade. It's a 1v2. Excite all alone. The salvos come through. Needs to win a one and then another. Can he find Glorb? No. Glorb finding his fourth on the round, the 1v1 versus Excite, and instead of 7-5, you get 8-4. The Mountaineers nearly had it, but UST comes out on top. We're switching sides.
What a round from Vice. He perfectly dodged that Tae, and then he really got a good timing, walking up water and kind of caught everybody unexpected. A77 had a look at him. I think he might have heard him step through his smoke, which took his eyes away from CT, allowing one to get on site. He did get, I think it was the Omen on
I
that
believe
play,
it was the
and
Omen.
then it just good.
Absolutely. Definitely a well-played post-plant, just like you said, Glorb coming out on top. 18-6 for the Vice.
Yeah.
Is huge.
Killing it.
Absolutely killing it. Now we're going to see Mate Niles on the Rays, buying that Sheriff here on the attack side of Lotus. A few ghosts for the Mountaineers. Nobody really jumping off the screen in terms of statistics like Glorb is for UST. For the Mountaineers, that is. The one-way thrown by Guk, excuse me, but forced all the way back to site from the Taeho utility, like you've been mentioning. So restricted, so good at taking space. Another smoke's going to come through this time at the main entrance. Here comes the drone trying to catch out Guk, but will it? Not quite. The nade already committed for UST, so no grenade until a couple of Sheriff shots hit a couple of heads of the Mountaineers. Now Guck moving back over to stairs, looking for another smoke to place, and he does. Zhaoui and Seikyu backing off, playing very slow here. A little contradictory of how their comp looks like they would play.
Kind of the issue with these comp players with the Sentinel. They really have to impose and get a lot of vision on areas to get information.
Absolutely, and you have to use so much util to do that. Both smokes down for Guck, and he's going to be forced to use the paranoia here on this entry. But Zhaoui finding Inox on the Glyph, finding Excite as well. That's going to give them the go-ahead to try to execute here. And they do, but they're going to move back to B. Maybe no, it's a pinch over to C through Waterfall. Glorb finding another kill onto A77. It's just Dinks alive, and UST is going to have a flawless pistol round.
Spike planted.
Barring any quick one-taps from Dinks. He does find one. But does he know Glyph is lurking through? Not a chance. UST only dropping one. Not getting the flawless, but still winning the pistol.
Yep, no flawless. UST really good at keeping patience there. Not overextending, actually using the time allotted. Getting that C pressure and then going over to B is just a matter of opening everything.
Absolutely. The Marshall here from Nate is going to be an interesting attack anti-eco, in my opinion.
Yep.
I don't hate it on Lotus. A lot of places where you can jump out with the Marshall and catch someone off guard, especially the Mountaineers no shield.
Got a lot of long angles.
Very, very much so. Excite. It looks like toying with the idea of getting that frenzy, but not quite. We're going to see 4 classics. A77 with his patented Sheriff. We've seen him do so many nasty things with clicking heads of the opponents, but the Mountaineers behind by 5 rounds. Can they do anything? C site left completely unguarded. The Mountaineers opting to play retake if they hit that C site. And looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. Glyph lurking over toward A, though. Looking like he might cross paths with Guck, but not quite. Barely sneaks away the timing. A77 almost gets it, but Glyph sees him first with the Bulldog. The Viper down for the Mountaineers. Not what you want in this post-plant retake scenario.
Yeah, at this point, I feel like you just play exits. You try to screw over the other team's economy.
Absolutely.
Not really trying to go too much for a win here. Just kind of chill, keep your util up, and cause as much damage. Old orbs, too.
Alt orbs are also massive this early in the half. Inox messing with the idea of throwing that stun. Just waiting, probably looking to die to spike here. A77 finds a quick one-tap with the Sheriff. Dinks follows it up with a kill on a nade. So, like you said, a couple alt orbs. Getting some more money in the bank. But Seikyu finding 2. That's going to be the end of the round. A77 is going to look for maybe another exit frag here. Can't find it. Glyph takes out, excuse me, that was Guck. Takes him out. Another ult orb for Guck, though. Free one for the bank. And now a full buy for the Mountaineers. Their first gun round here on defense.
Yeah, we'll see what they're going to do here. If they're just going to do a normal default, or if they're going to try to stack and try to push aggression, get some more aggression.
Absolutely.
I feel like
here.
UST is also playing very, very, very disciplined and very slow. So, we'll see,
Absolutely. Glyph is going to open up early with a pick onto Excite. That is absolutely not what you want for the Mountaineers out of your first gun round of this defense. Dinks does get the trade. Inox, another quick one-tap on a Glorb. But here comes the drone from Zhaoui onto C-Site. It does catch out Guck, who is all alone there for now. A77 does meet him, but Guck finds Zhaoui on that entry. So the spike is now down on C for UST. Can they defend it? They absolutely can. A77 finding 1. It's a 4v1 now. Nate, the last one alive, and Guck cleans it up. Very clean defense here for the Mountaineers. Not giving an inch of space for free. C-Site locked.
Very clean 1v1. Seems like UST got that early pick and started just getting confident and shut them down.
And shut them down they did. The Mountaineers need a few more of those to build. We've seen them come back on Lotus, just not on the defense app. If they get, 2 or 3 more of those cascading rounds and get the eco of UST in shambles, which it's already looking pretty low if they lose this round, Mountaineers could have a shot at this defense. Close to ultimates as well.
Trevor!
Very very disciplined, seeing what util's going to be expended here in the early round. Seems like they are. Ooh,
Yeah. Very quick B hit. Excite does find Nate early. Guk as well, but Zhaoui getting 2, trading out both of them. Guk and Dinks go down. The Viper Wall is up to try to slow down this B hit, and it will back everybody off. Glyph and Seikyu looking toward A.
Worthless.
Where Excite, or excuse me, Inox lies in wait, does find Glyph looking for the second shot. You know, holding that right click, hitting that ADS, but not finding the head of Seikyu, backing all the way up to drop, it appears. Going to be watching this tree area, but Glyph is all the way up in CT over on C site, so the Mountaineers, you know, no Looney Tunes run around, UST is.
Yeah, seems like they left. Tell who that is. They left one towards C side to lurk, and once Inox
Spike
actually got the
planted.
first pick on A, that opened up a lot of rotates for them to go back toward B. Since the one pick pulled the people from B.
Last player
Zhaoi's going to
standing.
find Excite and A77 as they try to over to see both of them getting caught, and defenders spawn, and I didn't even notice an ace from Zhaoui was in progress, and he completes it. An ace is going to increase this lead to 6 rounds. UST 11, West Virginia 5. Not the defense West Virginia wanted.
Wow, what a smart play from Tejo. The lurk timing to push all the way up into CT was a very smart play. It was very unfortunate.
Absolutely very unfortunate. West Virginia definitely not expecting that. They were moving pretty loud there through defender spawn. Here comes Nate satcheling up on top of Rubble, finding, excuse me, Dinks finding him, but Seikyu getting 2, and I'll take that trade all day if I'm UST. Looks like Excite standing through the wall and dry swing straight through. Glyph lying in wait. A77 does get the trade, but the resurrect popped by Glyph, making his way all the way to site, searching for a West Virginia player to kill to stay alive for the rest of the round, but looks like that is a very unlikely. Guk on the flank. And A77 now looking to walk through Baby Door, but guess who is there? It is Zhaoui. Of course he is, holding that Baby Door angle. Now Zhaoui taken out by Guk, so now it's a 1v2. All of a sudden, it is possible. Seikyu at very low HP, any sort of spam will take him out, but hit by the paranoia is Guk. He's walking into the smoke, taps the spike, doesn't know where to look. He has no info to work with. And that lack of info is going to be his downfall. Glorb with the spray through the smoke, finding Guk. UST goes to match point, 12-5. The Lotus woes continue for the Mountaineers, and the audio issues back here.
You know what I just noticed? You call it Baby Door.
Yeah, I call it Baby Door.
Baby Door.
You not call it Baby Door?
I don't call it Baby Door.
You call it Breakable?
I've actually never heard it called Baby Door.
You've never heard that before?
No, I always call it-
swear.
it's broken.
I
It's
swear,
broken.
like VCT casters have called it Baby Door. I've always called it since I started playing the game a couple years ago.
Yeah,
Behind
but
me.
every time I hear it's like Baby Door.
It's corny. It is
Baby
corny.
Door.
When I was learning the game from a couple friends, they called it Baby Door, and it just stuck. But yeah, also, if anybody's wondering, we've been noticing that the audio goes in and out every once in a while. Internet problems over here at the facility, I believe. I'm not downstairs, so I cannot tell you for sure. But regardless, West Virginia fighting. They got to win. Was that 7 in a row to get to overtime? Can they do it? I mean, it's always possible. But the Guardian, it is a journey. A Guardian in the hands of A77, looking down a clove, smoke. It looks like Tree is about to be fought for. No. Baby Door is broken, and there's going to be a flood onto B site. Nate running it, but Inox finding the kill on to Zhaoui, which is huge for this defense. It's going to slow down UST, force them back into this this A site line where Inox finds 2 with the Guardian. 3 on the round now. The flash comes through. Will he swing Nate? Not quite yet. Seikyu and Nate both holding this angle. Bit of a dry peek here from Nate, and Inox taken down, but A77's there for the follow-up. 4v1 for the Mountaineers. This could be the first round in what is a Mount Everest of a comeback.
Man, the Guardian really hits. I feel like the Guardian really is kind of slept on in a lot of ways. A lot of rounds can turn, but Inox with that with the aftershock early, with the awareness to shoot the Teo who was droning that. So
Absolutely. And the default wall put up from B over to tree set up by A77, the Mountaineers. Very heavy, looking to get aggressive here toward A. Guck getting ready to throw that paranoia, maybe TP out. That's exactly what he's going to do, TPing up onto Rubble, looking for a head-to-click. Nate's going to swing, already pre-aiming, expecting the Omen to be there, but it's not going to be SeQ looking. As Guck finds two, Dinks finds two as well. Over on C site, so a two-man army. Dinks and Guck holding down two different sites on different halves of the map, each finding 2 kills. Zhoui's the last one alive for UST, and it's going to be Dinks with 3 on the round, a flawless. Exactly what the Mountaineers needed. All of a sudden, it's possible you get a flawless. The eco is low for St. Thomas, or getting low at least. Nate still has 4,500 in the bank. But the ultimates for the Mountaineers starting to build.
I think that's what WVU's been missing. They've been missing that aggression. Along with that, with the aggression there, with them winning that round, you get a lot of momentum. The momentum is super important as well as the. I don't think a lot of people realize about how big the momentum plays.
Blinding. Go ahead. Stand your ground. Scatter. Fake teleport.
Spike planted.
Time to jump. I'll handle this. Here. I'm back.
Last player standing.
Sorry for that. Another technical difficulty to work through. Another one of those days. But at the end of this round, it's going to be Dinks in a 1v2 over on A site. Can't get the kill on to Zhoui. And that is going to be the end of Lotus. 13-7. West Virginia started him out to come back, but could not get it done. It's going to be 1-0 for UST.
Valiant effort from WVU. We'll have to see them bounce back for the games. See how they.
Yeah, absolutely. Need to come back on this next map, and I do not know what the next map is because I did not get intel on the map picks. We will find out, but after
A pleasant surprise.
will be hopefully a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
I would expect Lotus was not our pick. I would expect that was UST's pick. So my guess, let's just have some fun here. My guess is going to be either Ascent or Fracture for this next map. That's going to be my pick between the two. Regardless, we're going to send it to a quick break. The players usually take, a little bit of a break. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, hit the restroom. We'll be back in a few minutes for map 2. Welcome back, everybody. In map 2, I was wrong. What's new? I'm always wrong. It's Haven.
Back to the bread and butter. What we
Back
saw
to the bread and
yesterday.
butter.
Well, what we didn't see yesterday.
What we didn't see yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, they did play Haven. I believe. Yes, they played Haven map 2. West Virginia lost. However, we did not personally see it on stream. Nobody saw it on stream. It was a private C-Val playoff game. Regardless, A77 on Cypher, normal. However, this semester on Haven, we've seen them play some different comps. I can't really pick it off the top of my head. It might have been the Vice, I think. But seeing the Cypher here makes me happy. Cypher for A77, Sova for Excite, a couple of comfort characters there. Dinks back on the Jet. I think this is a setup that the Mountaineers could really get in a good stride with.
Yeah, this is really OG type of build.
I agree.
Not much. Not much.
Well, and a mirror for both teams.
Yeah, except what they have Tejo instead of Sova. Right?
Yeah, they do have
Tejo.
Tejo
Both
instead of
info
Sova.
agents, but Tejo definitely has a bit more stopping power than Sova does.
More map control than Sova for sure. Regardless, we're getting into this one. West Virginia down 1 map. St. Thomas, if you did not catch map 1, taking Lotus 13-7. And now the Mountaineers getting here into this one. 30 seconds to go before this first round starts. It looks like we're going to see the Mountaineers starting on the defensive side with A77 likely going to go set a trip down in garage per usual. Let Dinks with that Sheriff take that C long sight line, and nothing too crazy, nothing we haven't seen before.
What would you like to see from WVU early in these next upcoming rounds?
For sure. Early on defense, I'd like to see Dinks get involved. Something we've seen on defense a lot is where Dinks will kind of be forced to play, play back sight, and just kind of wait for everything to develop. I'd like to see him be a little bit more aggressive, which we're not going to see right now, and get some kills early, because this is exactly what the opposing duelists do. Nate gets an early kill looking for a second. Does not find it. Guck with an early double kill to defend this B site. And that smoke is going to force the rest through garage, where Dinks is lying in wait, finds one, but instantly traded out by Zhaoui. So a 3v2 in favor of the Mountaineers. SayQ will get the plant down. Looks like we're going to see a bit of a first contact made here in CT, and it's going to be Zhaoui finding 2. Excite gets the trade, but SayQ is there instantly and picks up a Sheriff to boot. UST takes pistol round. Very costly pistol round.
Man, very unfortunate for WVU there. They even had the players just holding, waiting for the swing. It came in quick from what's it there? Cypher? Yeah, they're Cypher too quick with the 1 tap, and then it's just very unfortunate timing for them.
Absolutely, just unfortunate timing there. Like you mentioned, West Virginia had the retake set up through CT, not expecting Zhaoui. That's something we've seen from Zhaoui, those retake, post plants for St. Thomas. He's been taking such aggressive angles and not even allowing the rotate to set up a retake. And speaking of, West Virginia, Guck taken down early here, getting aggressive down in sewer and caught out. And that's going to be a lurk there from Glorb, who had a spectacular first map with that Guardian. But now we're looking here at Zhaoui getting that aftershock ready, or excuse me, Glyph getting that aftershock ready. Here comes the drone from Zhaoui. Will peek out Dinks, who's forced to swing out with a classic, not finding Nate. The Guardian does more damage than a classic. Glorb finding another onto Excite. Sight is going to be free. A free plant and a 5v2 post plant for UST. Pretty much a chalked anti-eco here for UST. Chalk it up as a round win. SayQ getting the kill with the Sheriff. Just free ult orbs at this point. Inox all alone. 1v5. Fighting off the whole gang with just a classic in his hand. Goes down. Flawless anti-eco.
Yeah, I think, honestly, the short play wasn't a bad idea. They're on an eco. They might as well try to do a bit risky if they're going to try to get it. Nothing you can really do that round.
This goes here.
Once you lose that player there, it's just it's very slow and methodical at that point.
Absolutely. I definitely agree. I don't dislike that swing out through short. into sewer. Just unfortunate it got caught out so quickly. And now the Mountaineers on their first full buy round. It looks like St. Thomas is bonus that it was flawless, but no, Seiku's going to upgrade to a Phantom rather than just the Sheriff. A77 alone in garage, heading back over to C site from there. The trip is down to force everybody outside of garage, it appears, and 2 players for St. Thomas are going to be moving up toward B. It's going to be Glorb and Seikyu. The rest still looking toward A. It looks like Nate still waiting in cubby on A long for anybody to push up for a flank, but the spike still played slow by UST. A77 caught out, forcing himself all the way back to C site. Takes a lot of damage there. A77 is going to be pretty much one shot for the rest of this round. Glorb holding a good angle. Will he find Guk? He does. Guk goes down. Can't shoot his gun as fast as Glorb on that swing through that right side of B. And the rest of the team is going to hit A. Nate dashing in, updrafts as well, but Excite catches him out. Seikyu is there for the trade, and now Glorb, the flank from the lurk through CT, finding another 4v2 post-plant for St. Thomas. The Mountaineers are going to save, it appears.
Yeah, very disciplined again, just from UST. You know, it's just it is unfortunate for 7 on. He had the read on the B play, and he kind of just got caught sleeping. He held that angle for way too long, and that's that's kind of is if you're standing still holding one angle for a long time, you kind of need to adjust your eye, because you know, holding it for so long is a strain where often you'll lose.
The eye fatigue, as they call it, I believe, in the gamers world, the esports world, which I do get eye fatigue. I sympathize. A77 does find an exit frag there onto Seikyu. He might catch Glyph here, but no, the crouch just under. Sometimes crosshair placement can be a demon for some of these players. That little crouch swing definitely found A77 out. Does give him an ult orb, but also another kill for Glyph, who's just 4 orbs away from that ultimate now. 4-1 is Glorb, tearing it up so far through a map in 3 rounds.
Yeah, UST doing really well in the old orbs. Doesn't really. Either way, they're still trying to get
Oh, and Dinks proccing that dash, trying to find a peek through short like Guk did a few rounds ago. This time, not finding it, and a Vandal is lost for the Mountaineers. The hero rifle gone. Zhaoui finding A77 on the C site. Execute a really fast hit. Zhaoui with a second. Guk gets one with a stinger, but Seikyu follows it up. Nothing you can do. Absolutely flooding on the C site. The plant is down. Not much chaos, just a lot of clean kills from UST. Excite, the last one alive, and he's going to make his through attacker spawn and probably not save a Sheriff. Look for some exit kills.
Come into play today. Their one player was playing in a champion match before this, so really weren't. Like, you know, WVU definitely came in prepared too. Just seems like US very hot at carrying.
Very toasty warm as Seikyu is going to another crouch swing to Excite. 4-0 here. In my opinion, an attacker-sided map, so West Virginia still, you know, not great going down 0-4, and this is exactly what I was about to call for as a Churms timeout, going 0-4 on the attacker side of, in my opinion, it's been debated, an attacker-sided map. I believe a 3-lane map typically will be attacker-sided. But regardless, I mean, something that this UST team has been doing very well on this attack side is the lurks from Glorb have been bringing so much value. He'll lurk up B and find Guk. You know, like you said, holding an angle too long, he'll find him kind of dozing to sleep, perhaps. And typically that would set, you know, that would cause, you know, maybe a player to rotate towards B, or maybe somebody to move off a site. However, what UST is doing, once that kill goes through, they're not moving to find, you know, to take the space on B. They're hitting the fast hit on A, where, you know, might not be expected in some scenarios, right?
I think UST with Glorb and his lurk time, they're allowed to be.
Yeah.
And especially it being a 3-site map, it has to pull rip.
You're also losing your smoke and your paranoia for retake.
Yeah.
that too. Regardless, full buys for both teams. We haven't seen that a lot tonight. We've seen a lot of versus and what have you, but Excite will buy that Odin here on the defense. Patented Odin here on A long. That play, a few players for UST looking towards short. Dinks is going to find the opener onto Zhaoui. Very aggressive walkout through B main, through mid, finding an early kill. Nate forced back, moving toward Garage with Glyph. No dash to work with for the time being. Glorb's lurk might be caught out. Guck, what a read. TPing up to the dice, finding Glorb, walking up the lurk towards C. Unsuccessful, 2 down for UST. They have to find a hole in this defense to find a site. And Excite lying in wait, might catch SAQ on that peek with the knife out, and he did.
Yep, 5v3 in this scenario. Excite doing exactly what he needs. Patient, back off, and try to get.
Absolutely. I did hear last night, though, on a big swing around the Mountaineers, did lose a 5v2 on Haven. Can they come out on top? You know, I've been saying it all semester. It sounds corny, but losing some of the unlosable rounds on Lotus, on losing some 5v3s, some 3v2s, some 4v2s, right? And here we see Dinks finding Nate early, but Glyph getting the trade onto Excite. A lot of chip damage comes out. Glyph gets another onto Inox, but the 3v1 is still alive for the Mountaineers as gets the trade onto SAQ. Glyph, the last one alive. Throwing. The fault gets the spike down, so that is good for the eco, but Dinks gets that last kill. Guck does go down, which is not ideal, but Dinks is going to get the Blade Storm from this defuse, which is pretty massive for this next round. West Virginia finally on the board on defense, 1-4.
Yeah, that's very good. Very good pitch. Or towards the end of the round there. I'd say it's a little bit sloppy. Taking. Someone got caught out in BD there. Just a little bit unfortunate. But the 2 players on site probably need. Either way, they
still got the round indeed, and Dinks is going to give up that rifle to opt to use that Blade Storm here. You know, saving a bit of an eco hit. The rest of his team will have guns. Excite still holding that Odin. A cam from A77 to look down A. Long will be used. The Blade Storm from Dinks is all the way over on C site where nobody from St. Thomas is. But here comes the Hunter's Fury for Excite. He's been so good with these all semester, and he does find one onto Glyph as Guck gets the kill onto Nate as well. 2 very important picks to get early. You don't have your flash, and you don't have your duelist to hit the site. It's going to be all up to Zhaoui, walking up to A site all alone. Can he find it? No, Guck shutting it down before he can get too far into site. 30 HP, but it's not going to matter. It's a 5v2 in favor of the Mountaineers, and Spike is down. Dink still has yet to throw a blade of this Blade Storm. Does Jiggle Peek to see Glorb coming through attacker spawn, but nonetheless, West Virginia getting a stride here perhaps. They have to come out on top of this 5v2, and they'll cut the lead in half.
What we like to see, though, they're getting a little bit more aggressive.
Shadows traveling.
30 seconds left.
Absolutely, and SAQ will smoke that right side of B and get the spike down. So the spike is planted. Inox swung on. Glorb goes down. Inox finding the head first. Last player remaining, it will be SAQ. Guck at half HP is going to be the first in, looking for first contact just to bait himself, but the bait is unneeded. Guck finding it. Excite with the defuse. 2 ults used. 1 kill from them. And that is all okay because the lead is cut to 2 rounds. Flawless for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, perfect information gathering. If they were, was 100. I think he pretty low. Okay. But yeah, very good info gathering from Guck there.
Very good info gathering from Guck indeed, and the rest of the team very good with those early kills. Guck getting a few kills of his own to hold down that A site along with Inox And here, the smoke comes down. I love this smoke from the Mountaineers, making UST fight for every inch of the map, and the fault comes through, and they will fight through the smoke and get all the way onto site. No kills just yet, but it will be Glyph finding the first onto A77 over toward B. A77 is down, but that's not the worst pick in the world for the Mountaineers in a retake scenario. Glorb playing through A main. Great shock dart from Excite to get some tick damage there onto Seikyu as he gets the spike down. And we're going to see Zhaoui still playing for Sight. And Seikyu in short, caught out by Inox. Looking for the aftershock. Dinks uses the dash, does not expect the second player to come through sewer. It's Glorb in short finding Dinks. It's a 3v4 in favor of St. Thomas. Now's going to find Guk. Excite goes down, and it now 4v1. Inox all alone once again. This looks like it's going to be a round one for St. Thomas. It is. Inox is going to try to save this Vandal. And UST is going to increase that lead 5-2.
Yeah, very solid post plant. The Cypher ult to pick up that super.
Absolutely very important. Glorb continuing the very good play he's been having since round 2 of Lotus. Been playing for round 1 even of Lotus, that first pistol. Regardless, the ults in favor of St. Thomas. Just a little bit as they're 1 away from that Blade Storm. The Mountaineers only have 2 that are there. The rest of the lineup is not even close. You're going to have your Neural Theft and your Omen ultimate on Guk, who is going to be playing on top of Jen here in B. Or on top of boxes, excuse me. And now here comes the smoke from UST again. A77 looking to peek out through garage, perhaps trying to get this information. Guk teasing with the idea of swinging window. He does. Dry swings window. Glyph finds it, and we're going to see a B hit here, most likely out of UST. Players are leaving that A area. A77, what a wide swing from A70. Gorgeous. The Cypher 1v1, 1 out, down. Absolutely looking like Muhammad Ali on Cypher character. A77 finds that opener, gets the trade. West Virginia, no smokes, but UST, no Cypher. Dinks with the operator as well. Still looking down C, waiting for the rotate, but it looks like UST's gearing up for an A hit. Excite still fast peeking with that Neo Frontier axe out. Glyph can't get any chip damage on him and misses the fault. Here comes the aftershock, the Teo ult on backside, no less. Excite holding down short, finding Seikyu, but traded out by Zhaoui. And here comes the flood onto site. Inox is going to be in heaven. The Neural Theft comes out from A77. They know exactly where the opponents are for now. The drone comes through. A lot of info, but Inox does find Glyph. 3v2 for the Mountaineers. Here comes the jet smoke, and Dinks is in there with a shorty. Pulls out the op and the no-scope onto Dinks, does it all. A double kill for Dinks at the end, cutting the lead 3-5. What a retake from the Mountaineers.
What? A77 with that trade, and what a swing. I definitely wasn't expecting that. I thought he was totally just processing.
Exactly. I was expecting, another little jiggle peek and a one-tap from Glorb, but A77 wanted no part in that. And the best part about that, Dinks gets 2 kills closer to that Blade Storm, and he keeps the operator in hand, where he will now peek out A. With Excite's sonar arrow, it appears. Ooh, it does get a hit onto Glyph, but backs off. Perhaps expecting the operator to be there, perhaps just playing safe and playing slow, but the Blade Storm does come out from Mate Niles, moving toward B with it. The drone is going to come through garage. Looks like we're going to see a garage to C, perhaps a garage to B, but A77 and Guk both sitting in wait in the backside of C. Looks like we might see a smoke here for garage. Nonetheless, a cage comes up, so Glorb moving through C. The paranoia comes out as Guk is stunned, but the stun wears off, and the flash catches the jet. Can't find any kills. Inox and Guk each finding a couple. Another smoke comes through. Spike is down. No possibility to plant it just yet. Zhaoui at low HP. And it's a 5v2 glorious defense here on C-Site from Inox and Guck. West Virginia looking to make this a close one.
One enemy remaining.
A77 finds the kill. Glyph gets the trade, but it's not going to matter. 4v1. Guck gets 3 on the round. The Mountaineers chipping away at the lead. 4-5 now.
Eat up. A lot of it's due to that timeout. I feel like that turned around their
1 and 4 cents.
Yep.
4 and 1, excuse me.
And ever since that timeout, you know, it feels like
Absolutely, the operator's still online for Dinks here. See A77 playing more toward B this round. The trip still in Garage. Another drone through Garage. Looks like St. Thomas is going fast here. Guck does find an opener on the Glyph, but that's not going to slow down this hit, it appears. Mate with a Sheriff, dodging the paranoia, getting all the way out of Dodge. Or out of Garage, if you will. Still the lurk from Glorb all the way up into Garage of Window, looking for a peek out. Dinks with the dash ready, holding down this B main area, and looks like we're going to see a B hit this time. St. Thomas down a player. Dinks early kill with the op, hit by the stun. The smokes come through. Does he have a shorty? Looks like he's not going to need it, but he misses the flick, almost finding Nate, but the Sheriff comes out clean, and all of a sudden, in just a few seconds, UST goes from down 2 to up 1. A 3v2 post plant now. A good setup, but Excite finds Glorb wandering outside of the smoke, unaware. What a sonar dart, but Nate is back sight. And Inox had no idea. It's just Excite now in a 1v2. The smoke clears. Shock darting for any possible player sitting in the corner, missing the sprays there, walks through the smoke, and Nate finds him, so UST wins a round. Should have been in the bag of the Mountaineers.
can't take anything away from their Jet though. There's definitely
No, absolutely gross play.
WVU they were in pretty good positions to win that round. It's just Inical Jet definitely hitting some really good definitely threw that round in.
Absolutely. Still now. The operator's still online for Dinks, buying it again with 0 creds in the bank, so putting a lot on this round the Mountaineers are in terms of economy. No Odin for Excite. 4-6. St. Thomas looking to keep this lead or extend it. The cage comes through early from Glorb to find the Cubby, and Excite has no idea. Glorb with an opener. Nate following it up onto Inox. The attack has sped up. Guck with the spray and smoke does find one, but that's not going to slow this down at all. The spike's going to be planted for pretty much for free. Only say Q falling. Dinks does find a nice little cheeky operator kill here over toward A. But trying to retake with that operator will not be ideal. I wouldn't be surprised if he picked up the Vandal, and there he did. The new skin, somebody flexing the wallet with that bundle buy. The cage from A77 is going to get him on to backside of B. But what a post-plant setup we have. Everybody sitting out in window or toward garage. It looks like we're going to see a flank from Glyph. And I don't know if anybody's expecting it, but you might have a free half. I'm not exactly sure why nobody's sticking here. I'll probably baiting out the Tejo utility. And a save is going to come up from the Mountaineers. Dinks looking to pick up that operator. A77 looking for an exit. It's not going to find it. Zowie getting one kill closer to that ultimate. Dinks keeping the operator, but losing the round 7-4. Best you can do is 5-7.
That was a super crucial round. As you can, they're half arm. He knows what their util on the screen, but for them to lose that round, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, not ideal.
So that's why you saw Dinks drop his.
Absolutely.
As soon as he got that pick, made it.
Becomes winnable at that point, but we will see Excite 2 away from his ult. Dinks 1 away. If Dinks gets an early kill here, he can Bladestorm for the rest. Guck stunned for a moment, but still finds the kill onto Nate. Dinks also getting an op kill on to Glyph, which will give him the knives that he updrafts out of the smoke with to find one. Can he get a second onto Glorb? Not quite. Misses 2 knives, but Inox is there to clean it up. 7-5 half the Mountaineers. Very fast hold on a fast hit. UST cannot get through. 7-5, Mountaineers on attack.
Okay, my arms are good. We can go.
Up and it happened to be that he just didn't come out on top. The surprise fast play did not slip by Guck. Guck was there and he was ready for the.
Speaking of Guck, despite the 10 deaths, the 15 kills sort of make up for it. Playing aggressive per usual, as he does as Omen on this map, and playing very well at that. Dinks opting for a ghost here on the defense, which is not a crazy idea. He likes to buy that ghost with a smoke here on attack. A little bit better options for these executes for the smoke and the dash. Inox looking to flash for Dinks to get in here. The dash, the updraft into the smoke on top of B, taking a lot of map space very fast, and Dinks finding the kill. Seikyu has no idea he's up there, but Glyph gets the trade on an Inox. Low HP for Glyph, but same can be said for Guck. Glorb finds the trade onto Dinks after Nate goes down. Excite getting the shock dart kill, so it's going to be an even 2v2. All 4 players close to full or full. Glorb has no idea. A77 is behind him. The trigger discipline was gorgeous. The cam comes out to show the info of where Xiaowi is at. The salvos, the swing will not be enough. A77 cleans up the round. That's a pistol round 1, and we're going to see 6-7.
Man, that round was super hectic. That I think Dinks was up on top of B there, and who was the guy backside? I was Glyph.
It was
Glyph.
Glyph.
He got 1 pick on I and looking up for like half of the round.
No, that was Seikyu. Yeah. Great play from Dinks. Great entry. And you know, that was also set up very well by Inox. They would have known exactly where Dinks was if it wasn't for that flash. Well placed. Yeah. Nate will be buying a Sheriff here. A bit of a heavy anti-eco here from the Mountaineers. You have the Vandal onto Dinks. Actually, no, pretty standard. Vandal, Bulldog, Stinger, and a Guardian A77 with his trusted Sheriff sidearm. The spam's going to come through the smoke. Not any damage to be found just yet. The rest of the team is going to be moving over the defense. Pretty heavy towards C. No players on B. 1 player, and it will be Xiaowi over toward A with just a classic in hand. The drone is going to come out early from Excite. Droning out A long here. It will catch out Xiaowi, however. Seikyu's going to try to swing this. Dinks lying in wait. Finds it. The fault a little bit too late for Seikyu. At least too late for what he would prefer. The shock dart comes out. Can they clear Cubby? They do. Nate swings it. Guck and Inox both there to find Glorb and Nate Miles, and Glyph coming through garage. The smoke is down. There's going to be a free plant, and the post plant will be secured. Glyph does find A77, but instantly traded out. 1v4. West Virginia looking clean so far on the attack.
Yeah, super disciplined there. They knew that they were on a anti. They just went, got early info, waited, sat, and held, and it definitely was able to capitalize.
Absolutely. And a bonus we're going to see. Nobody forcing anything. A bonus for the Mountaineers is going to be absolutely massive. The eco here, you know, first buy round, so can't say it's a force, but, you know, the 2 Vandals, 2 Phantoms, and a Guardian. Eco, not great if they lose this one, so very important round for UST. Very important round for the Mountaineers as well. This could be a massive swing round going up 8-7 and putting the eco down the garbage disposal. Dinks swinging out fast, but the smoke will stop his play for a moment.
Yeah, looks like we're droning up short here. A lot of have a lurk out or a WVU creating pressure, but a lot of spacing.
Yeah, absolutely. The rest of the Mountaineers, moving all the way up towards being a fast hit. Dinks is already all the way in there, stunned, but sitting in a smoke. It's not going to matter. The sprays cannot find him, but Mate does. Seikyu finds A77 as well. The kill into window comes through from Inox onto Seikyu, so evens it up a little bit, makes it more manageable. 4v3.
Right here.
The execute comes out through garage on to C site. Guck in there. I don't know if they saw Glorb go through the cage into back sight, but CT, Inox finds a kill. Excite and Guck each finding 1. It comes down to a 1v1 after Xiaowi. Guck versus Xiaowi, 2 of the highest fraggers on each team. trying to battle it out. A phantom for each. The spike is planted, and Jowie is running, trying to get a better angle here. Going to go up through garage.
Yeah, I don't know. Tejo's gonna expect big wrap from Duck. Me, these Tejo's. But Tejo's in a really good spot to out.
All missiles away.
Oh, what a shot from Cuck. They had no idea. Jowie had no idea he was back. No, the theory of what you said was correct. Just the names were backwards. It's all good. But regardless, Guck sitting in back sight. Jowie had no idea the stun was in the wrong spot. Went to tap the spike. Guck, very well-timed swing, finding it. And what a swing round it is, forcing a full slate of sheriffs. Mate will opt for the Ghost, a little more close-range power, I would imagine. Regardless, Excite with the Odin in hand. The Mountaineers put the Eco to rest for St. Thomas. Retaking the lead now, going from 0 to 4 up to 8 to 7 here on their attack. Dinks swinging out through A with Guck, but Jowie Sheriff is true, finding the heads of both of them. A quick 1-2 left-right shot there from Jowie, leaving the Mountaineers with 3 alive. The guns are better, but can they fight through the outnumbered fight that UST is going to bring to them? A lot of space taken on B. It's a 3v5. Here comes the Teo ultimate. Seikyu and Nate each finding 1. This is going to be a flawless Thrifty with just the Teo ult used. Very disciplined, very fast defense from St. Thomas.
Staying shot.
Gross.
All around. The Tejo opening it up with 1 taps right away. And
Oh, this is a nice spot.
Absolutely. And now the Mountaineers still 4 Vandals, a Stinger on Excite. But, you know, the Eco is flopped. Now 4 Vandals and, or excuse me, 3 Vandals, a Phantom, and a Odin for St. Thomas. What the Mountaineers have been having for the past couple rounds, where they've been lucky enough to have it. But here comes the Fault, the Aftershock, the Dash, both smokes, so much util, but excites Hunter's Fury, finds Glorb early. No trade to be found just yet, so it's going to be a plant from Inox in a 5v4 in favor of the Mountaineers having the time to set up a nice, clean post-plant setup. The salvos come through, so does the Paranoia. Guck is hit with a lot of util, but it's not going to matter for the time being. But Glyph does find Inox. The swing comes through. Dink's taken out back sight. Excite only gets 1 in the trade. Now it's a 1v3 with A77 looking up C long. So it looked like a clean entrance and a clean post-plant setup. UST ripped it apart.
UST just has so much util on the retake. Hard for B. Maybe would have liked to see him play towards long, but you know you can't really do much. But a lot of util expended on that.
Absolutely, a lot of util, and so far it looks like we're gonna get a tech pause. I saw it down there. It looks like Churms. Welcome back, everybody. After that little tech pause, Coach Cherms disconnected. Very tough. Great coach.
Cherms is a great coach. He's a great guy.
I didn't want to put you on the spot there, but you know, you've played for
I'll
him.
talk my crap to him. No, he's a
I
great
hate
guy.
Cherms.
Great.
Yeah,
He's a
Cherms
great
is the
guy, great
best.
coach. He puts a lot of work in.
Absolutely. But speaking of great, Niles finding Guck early there with that Vandal Dinks with the Blade Storm, saving the money on a gun. Not finding anyone just yet. Seikyu was traded out. A77 finding, Guck was traded out. Seikyu being found by A77 there on the lurk. Absolutely fantastic. A77 finding 3 on the lurk up through B. Unstoppable he was in this round. The Blade Storm from Dinks does find a stunned Zhaoui. And now it's a 4v1 West Virginia. Looking to take this lead away and make it even. Once again, a thrifty for the Mountaineers. Exactly what they needed. 4 kills from A77 coming alive here in round 18.
What a lurk from A77. That's perfectly played. The confidence once he got the first kill to go in and get 2 more just with once he picked up the Phantom was is definitely something really nice to see.
Yeah, and as a Cypher player yourself,
Yeah.
probably something you take pride in.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
I'm not wrong. You are a Cypher player.
I played Cypher. I played the Sentinel. So
Right.
it is either Viper or something.
The most that I...
Yeah.
Unless we were on Ice or something.
Icebox,
behind.
Split, something like that.
Right, getting back into this round 19. The smoke comes through in garage window. Dinks is in there like swimwear, but backing out. Oh my goodness, Glyph slowly lurks his way all the way down the stairs. The stun comes through, a little bit of chip damage, but nothing too crazy. Gets out with his life. Glyph, very aggressive, very well played. A7, another kill on Zhaoui with another lurk. Can he get the same value he did last round? I mean, he's already kind of done enough, but Glyph and Mate are going to be moving all the way toward A site where the spike will be planted by Inox. Here comes the Aftershock. The Aftershock coming through from Glyph as well through Heaven, forcing people out of hell. A77 with the spray, finding Mate. No jet for this retake. Guck, what a flick on the Glyph. Excite, or excuse me, Inox getting in on the fun. Guck getting his second. Another quick, clean post plant for the Mountaineers, only losing Dink.
A77 so impactful with these lurks. You love to see it. The timing to understand to just peek and probably had the information. Not too sure if he did or not. That they were rotating off immediately once he getting the kill, running onto A site, getting even more space, just allowing his team to rotate in was very perfect.
Absolutely, very, very well played. And now West Virginia retakes the lead after going down 9 there. Glorb with the Sheriff, Seikyu with the same. A little bit of a half buy, broken buy here for UST. A couple Sheriffs, a classic. But they do have Mate Niles' Blade Storm. What can he do with it? Dinks finds the opener onto Glorb. The Blade Storm swings through the smoke, but Excite is there first. Zhaoui finding 2, though, evening it up. The damage has been done to UST, though. The health banks are low. Guck and Dinks taking advantage. Glyph falls last there. It's going to be Zhaoui, the only one alive, moving toward window. Ooh, Guck almost finding a quick little one-tap, but not finding it. Wisely giving the space, understanding he's at low HP. Letting Inox plant and getting this post-plant set up.
Spike planted.
The regen shields are there, but only 21 HP. No idea Guck is there. What an angle he has. And Guck's aim is also there. Zhaoui goes down. West Virginia 11-9. What looked like another map in favor of UST. West Virginia up 11-9. 2 away from evening this up. Cider.
Yeah, very well played from WVU there. Guck actually doing very well. We're talking a lot about how impactful he is. Guck. Guck keeps playing like this in A77.
All missiles away.
So the operator is bought by Mate. So that will be pretty scary to fight through. He will be holding that A-long area. The sonar comes out and it catches Glorb, but the spray is a little bit too late. He does get around the cubby, keeps his life, does not take much damage at all. Zhaoui finding A77. This time the lurk is caught out. West Virginia's rounds where A77 gets caught out on the lurk early have not been the prettiest. Excite does get the plant down. 4v5 here. The operator given to Jowie. Wisely switching, giving the Vandal to Nate for the retake. Glyph finding Guck, Dinks, and Inox evening it up for a second, but Glyph is there. Inox falls, and the Mountaineers picked apart 1 by 1. The defuse comes through. It's not over yet. 11-10. UST takes another round.
Gun here.
Again, with the UC retakes from UST, it just seems like they have so much util that they're able to expend on
We got this.
play on site. I'm not sure if we're aggressive and try to push in here if they do something more about util that's happening. Space playing scenarios.
Absolutely. Mate keeping that operator. Jowie giving it back.
Let's fly.
Only 1 ult for St. Thomas. 2 with 3 on the way for the Mountaineers. So SaQ has to use that ult pretty wisely, but Mate with the operator looking to swing out through A once more. Dinks wide, swings dryly, and gets caught out by that operator, so now they're forced to back up. They're not going to have Dinks. They're not going to have their jet to hit any more sites. Guck continues to walk forward, and Niles finds him. That is 2 falling to the operator of Niles here in round 22.
Play from A77 there. Not much.
Last player standing.
Look at this. Inox behind them.
Yeah. Inox finds 1, couldn't find the second. Pinch there on B site. And Glyph getting a few there. Another timeout from Churms. Something I would probably expect. I mean, you go up a couple rounds, UST fights back. This is a very crucial round. The winner essentially goes into match point with a full buy. The loser goes into the opponent's match point, probably saving some money. So
Super important round. Not too sure what their economy is. I wonder if it's going to be a full buy or if it's going to be a
yeah, I'd imagine it's going to be similar buys for both teams. I mean, Niles did keep the operator there. Oh, I messed it up that time. Dang it. Regardless, we'll just stay in the dark for a moment. Yeah, Niles will still have the operator. Yeah, and it looks like West Virginia does have the money to buy. So maybe if they lose us, they will be fine. Inox, about 3,400 credits might keep them alive. But the scariest thing here, in my opinion, is that rolling thunder from Glyph.
Yeah.
How will he use it? When will he use it? Will it stunt this West Virginia push? If Dinks goes down early again, it could spell disaster. Excite, though, Hunter's Fury, he's been using it aggressive and early. So if he can find some value with that, it could devolve this round into just a lot of 1v1s, a lot of gun. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be one way or the other, the initiator.
Nowhere to run!
Here comes the Hunter's Fury early, like I mentioned, and he catches 2. Which one can he get? He gets both! SaQ and Jowie both fall. Perfect Hunter's Fury from Excite, exactly what the Mountaineers needed. But here comes the Rolling Thunder from Glyph, looking to retake with that. But Dinks is on top of it. Dinks finding Glyph, Excite finding Glorb. A77 cleans it up on the lurk, and a flawless to send them to match point, the Mountaineers.
What a round, what a call
Match
from
point.
Terms. What a play.
Straight out the
That
timeout.
Was so well executed.
St. Thomas have the money for the buys, but the Mountaineers looking to send this one home, avoiding overtime. No great defensive ultimates for UST. Glorb is 2 away from that neural theft, but all you have is the Omen ultimate. A77 has his neural theft as well. Guck is 1 away from his. Dinks 1 away from that Blade Storm, and Inox 2 away from that Rolling Thunder. So depending on how this early round comes out, we might see a couple more ultimates from the Mountaineers. I would expect Dinks to grab his at some point. Excite's gonna drone out Garage here. Looks like he's gonna miss SaQ in the window, but Dinks there anyway. Dinks, quick little one tap to the head. This is gearing up like another round win for the Mountaineers. Dinks dashes up on top of Dice in the middle of the C site. The Aftershock comes through. The blades are popped. The right click misses. Glorb stays true. Excite gets the trade on a Glyph. So West Virginia's still up a player. Excite with a second. Can he get a third through smoke? Not quite. Jowie finds it, but instantly traded out by Inox. And it's just Niles in a 1v3. I guess if you want anybody in a 1v3, you want it to be your Jet, but the dash is already procced. And the spike is being taken to B. Heroics need to be made from this UST duelist player to send this to overtime and to send this to a 2-0 for St. Thomas, but Mountaineers want to see that map 3. Slowly making their way around, the Mountaineers setting up this post-plant 3v1. I love these angles they're all holding. Niles making his way toward B main. Such a great angle here in the gap in the smoke, but A77 caught out. More manageable 1v2 now, but the clock is ticking. The spike is running out of time. 2 pinched angles here from Guck and Inox. And here comes the Rolling Thunder. Perfectly used by Inox. Will he swing? Will Niles get on the spike? He doesn't have time, I don't think. And it's not going to matter if he does or not, because Inox finds the kill. West Virginia clawing back after a unfortunate first 4 rounds of attack. 13-11. We're going to see a map 3. The Mountaineers clawing back.
What a match. Yesterday is actually exact opposite. It was 13-11 for
St. Thomas.
Yeah, St. Thomas. What a match all around. Super close. Early on, you could see seemed like some timidness coming from WVU, but the Churm's timeouts with the calls are just super good and super impactful for them.
Absolutely 2-0 on Haven after Churm's timeouts. And I just want to highlight real quick what a map from Guck. 22 kills, I believe he was 22 and 16 there. Really picked it up, especially on that latter half of that defense half and that beginning half of the attack half. So, excuse me, flip those around. Latter half of attack, earlier half on defense. So, very good map from Guck. Exactly what the Mountaineers needed to get back in this and to get to a map 3, which we will see after this quick break. Gonna run a little bit of an ad. Gotta make money somehow, folks. Sure. So we'll get back to a map 3, a decider between 2 teams that could be sleepers going into playoffs here in NACE in the next couple weeks. We'll catch you with map 3, which we don't know what it will be yet.
Nope.
We can place our bets. I'm gonna say Fracture. Or
Pearl.
Ascent. I'm gonna say Ascent.
Pearl.
That's fair. I think we could see Pearl. Regardless, we'll catch you with one of those maps after this quick little break. Don't go anywhere.
one with the seasons, wind in the waves or the falling rain. We've got so many reasons, together as one even when things change. One step back to go forward, taking a dip, diving in head first. I feel the rush if I'm honest, I really do wanna make this work. Hold on tight, but don't let go. Swimming all alone, dragging the undertow, yeah. Hold on tight, but don't let go. Floating all alone, this is all we know, yeah. This time we'll get it right. This time love's on our side. This is all we know, and we have to go, yeah. This time. This time love's on our side. This time we'll get it right. This time, in the this time, swimming all alone. More things seem to change, the more they stay the same. Please let me explain. Maybe I can show you how I feel. Hold on tight, but don't let go. Swimming all alone, dragged in the undertow, yeah. This time we'll get it right. This time love's on our side. This time we'll get it right. This time, this time, this time love's on our side. This time we'll get it right. This time, this time. Hold on tight. Swimming all alone. In the We've got so many reasons, together as one even when things change. We've got so many reasons.
We're here, no faking, like a new sensation. I feel you shaking. We're here, crack the cheers, these golden years. Yeah, you're sure persuading. Eyes on the prize, you could be mine. A perfect motivation, chills down the spine. Fireworks tonight. Would you mind saving my soul? Or are you shining like gold? Would you mind saving my soul? Or are you shining like gold? One more time. perfect motivation. Chills down the spine, fireworks tonight. You're my hallucination. Would you mind saving my soul while you're shining like gold? Would you mind saving my soul while you're shining like gold? Like gold. Would you mind saving my soul while you're shining like gold? Would you mind saving my soul while you're shining like gold? Light on her toes, dancing in heels, her eyes on me. Rose already knows that she's a dangerous maker of beauty. Chimney of the coil, you hoping for somebody who waits for time, speaking rhymes, dreams in wine. Carry back the sun, and beg for the mother to bring back the color. Everyone I know and everyone I love, I beg for a lover to bring back the color.
Welcome back, everybody, and somebody here got their prediction correct. Mr. Berg, first correct prediction. I still have yet to get a correct map prediction
What can I
this
say?
year. We're sitting on Pearl, which we haven't seen on stream.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see Pearl. And you know what I'm even more excited about? Something I've been hoping, Inox on the Yoru.
Inox Yoru, Chamber Dinks. Oh.
I didn't even see that part. Holy cow, Chamber Dinks.
Okay,
A77's
A77's
trolling.
trolling.
Wait, this is kind of blowing my mind. Okay, we're trolling. Never mind.
I still think Dinks is gonna go Chamber though.
Dinks is definitely going to go Chamber. I mean,
Yeah.
in the past, like, you were here, I believe. You probably remember Dinks's first.
Okay,
I'm gonna
well, we're just getting
cry.
bamboozled.
I'm so happy. You have
We-
no
we'll-
idea
I'll
how
take the
long I've been
neon.
waiting.
So.
Oh, I'm so excited. I've been waiting so long. I've been waiting all semester to see Inox back on the Yoru that he used to play on Bind with Ray's Double Duelist, but now we're seeing Dinks on the Neon with the Yoru Double Duelist. A77 back on Killjoy, a comfort character for him. Excite on his comfort Sova and Guck on his comfort Astra.
Yep.
What were we talking about pregame?
Exactly, just comfort picks. So it's great to see him back on some agents. Have fun. I hope they do pretty well, or I hope they do well this match.
As do I. This is going to be such a fun one, I believe. Regardless, 1-1, the decider being Pearl, something we haven't seen yet. This is going to be an important one.
You're saying that you don't enjoy the Pearl as much.
I don't enjoy playing the Pearl. I don't mind watching it. I just don't enjoy playing it. I think mid is just weird.
Mid is weird.
Mid is just weird, and I you know, I'm a platinum duelist player. I'm a platinum duelist player.
Okay.
So I just don't like. I don't like entering the sites on this map. I just don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't love it. I don't like.
It's a little narrow.
Very narrow. I don't love. I don't love fighting around mid as a duelist on. Regardless, the smoke is going to come down early here from UST. Dinks running straight through it, taking a little bit of poke damage, but nothing he can't handle for now. We're going to see Inox on that Yoru. Dinks finding the opening kill on a SAQ, but Glorb instantly trading him out as he can't move in the Thorns. Ooh, Glorb almost swinging on a low health Inox, but Guk is there to save his life, and Guk finds two, getting Glorb and Glyph. We're going to see Niles here, I think unaware of the movement, but he does find Inox and finds another on a Guk. Niles with the Ghost clicking 3 heads. Guk and A77 go down last on what looked like a clean entrance from West Virginia. These 2 alive for UST. They get the defuse. Pistol round 1.
Great shots from their jet there. Nothing you can really do if you're WVU. Took a 1v1 early on, but those last 2 shots from the jet just super insane.
Absolutely very insane. And now on the defense, St. Thomas is going to be buying a Stinger, 2 Bulldogs, and a Spectre. There it is. I was about to say I'm expecting it's a jet on defense. You got to buy an Outlaw. Go. Right.
Always.
A77 with that trusty Sheriff per usual. Niles is going to be holding this A short angle, and Dinks, that bullet looked like it hit his ankle. Sprinting through, but not fast enough. And now Inox is stuck between a rock and a hard place. That bullet does ring out, gives him the opportunity to back away as the Outlaw takes about 3 business days to reload. Regardless, A77 looking toward the right side of mid there. The drone is going to come through and spot him out. A77 backing away for now. No utility on that Killjoy. The turret is holding the flank toward B. Very slow play from the Mountaineers here, something that we were expecting to see more of on Lotus. 2 smokes have been activated toward mid and on A main. Who will make the first move? It's going to be Glorb dropping the Thorns, but the jump peek and leaving. Staying true to that A site hold on the Vice character. Niles still holding that deep angle toward A, and the Mountaineers slowly pinching their way towards A. Guk is about to peek into an Outlaw crosshair if he's not careful, but still some movement. Looks like some flanks toward that back site of A. Inox catches out. SAQ trying to push him straight towards Guk, but Guk is seen. The right clicks miss. SAQ finds him. Niles gets both with the Outlaw. Zhaoui finishes it off with the Bulldog, and the slow play from the Mountaineers did nothing but put some chip damage on SAQ. What I think was a good idea still leaves Niles.
That's exactly why that jet bought that Outlaw, though. You saw Dinks running and jumping. He probably did hit his shin. It probably hit him for what? I think it's like
140.
like 140, but
140.
is it 120 to the legs, or
I think
is
it's
it
120 to the
It's just crazy to hit him in the leg while he's jumping like that, and still so super worth buying that.
It's the anti-eco operator, and will bonus that, just buying some heavy shield to go with it. The turret giving some info toward mid before Dinks and A77 make their way up. The spike currently held by Inox on the Yoru. This double duelist comp built for getting in your face and doing as much damage as you can fast. Dinks, the jump peek leaves Inox there to receive a bullet to his brain in the form of a Bulldog. The slide through from Dinks, finding Zhaoui back sight. Absolutely gorgeous. The wall comes up. It's a 4v4. Excite's going to get the plant down. Here comes the concuss, though. Excite is hit. Glyph finds one. Dinks gets the trade, but SAQ finds Dinks as well, so it's a 3v2 in favor of St. Thomas. A77, the last one alive now. The post plant is there. The sprays are through the smoke, but he decides to play into the smoke. The spray from the Outlaw finds him. West Virginia go down 3-0. Not ideal on this attack half of Pearl.
Super interesting, the note from UST is they're giving up mid almost for free every single round. They're just letting WVU run up, hit the site. Just playing full retake. I think what Tejo was just the only one playing on site, while the other playing back in dugout, just completely letting them scale all the way on the site. And so wonder how WVU is going to adjust to that.
Absolutely. The adjustment has to come soon, as now they're on 4 Sheriffs and a Stinger. 4 light shields to go with them. The Vice for St. Thomas. It's going to be Glorb setting up the wall close toward that opening B site. The Mountaineers looking to hit B site pretty hard. The Astrostar is there. The smoke is up, but the recon drone does spot out Glorb. Dinks is going to try to run through, but this wall is going to block him off if he's not careful. The TP comes through into elbow. What a flash. Dinks and Inox pinch Glorb back there in elbow, finding the kill. Inox swings out, finds Niles as well. Glyph gets the trade on Inox, but the damage seems to have already been done. West Virginia is still up a player, although Dinks is at under half HP. The spike going to be planted by Excite now, who has a Marshall in his hands. I didn't even notice. Dinks now looking to swing out. 40 HP, has to be careful here. Zhaoui and Seikyu holding the high-low, but he finds Seikyu. It's the trade. Totally worth trade, but Glyph gets 3 on the round, and Zhaoui cleans it up. What a play. Glyph to find Excite in A77. Nobody cleared him there.
Well, nobody was holding it. I think 2 people had util out. One was
Yeah.
I don't know if it was more of an audio just because of the utility that was happening around the
Chaos.
site. That was great play to hop up and catch him by surprise.
Yeah, but an expensive round win for St. Thomas. With only 1 left alive, West Virginia is get a full buy here. Not much left in the bank, but you do have the finger guns from Dinks and the Astro Wall from Guk. What is called a overdrive, overcharge. I always forget Neons because I call them the finger guns, so I don't really care. Speaking of, here they go. Dinks running straight toward A through mid, looking for somebody to blast with this electric wave from his hands, and he switches to the shorty a little bit premature. Knox doesn't get the kill though. The flash comes out, but here comes the Nightfall. No audio for the Mountaineers for now. And the Blade Storm jumping. The updraft finds A77, but Guk follows it up with 2. So remains up 1 life, 3. Now a 3v1 as Glorb falls to Excite. The Blade Storm is all that Niles has, and a 1v3, and Inox, a well-timed swing and a crouch, finds Niles. An expensive loss there as well for UST. The Nightfall, the Knives, going to waste.
Yeah,
well,
really,
maybe not going to waste, but not getting on.
Really good round from Dinks there. Is kind of unfortunate. Again, just UST giving up mid and Dinks pulling out his finger guns, if you will, just super early. Time he got this fight, he percent. So I think he was shooting through the smoke and trying to pre-fire the last bit of it, and then soon as it ran out, their Teo ran out and traded them. But
it did run out, didn't it?
Yeah.
Watch that.
But great trades all around from last round.
Speaking of Dinks, this is why I think Neon Yoru can be strong. That Yoru flash can be so good for a slide Neon. Speaking of the Yoru, the dimensional drift from Inox is going to come out, playing a lot of this info roll on this Yoru. Here comes the Hunter's Fury from Excite. Did he find any ticks? He did not, but Inox does find Niles backside after getting out of the dimensional drift. Dinks finding another on the Glyph. The double duelists living up to their name, both finding the kills. Zhaoui pops the Teo ult. Dinks gets the kill before dodging it and still gets out without any damage being done. Now a 4v2. The site still not completely free. You have to get through Seikyu and you have to get through Glorb, who have both been beaming with those Vandals and those Phantoms tonight. Still converging. Excite, the first to take contact. With this back right Seikyu, Glorb finds Dinks, but Guk gets the trade instantly. Now it's still a 1v3. The Mountaineers are going to get a couple of guns so they don't have to reload. And looks like they're running all the way to B site. Don't even want to mess with possibly giving up the 1v3 to Seikyu. Force them in a worse position. Play the clock while you have it.
Yep, really smart rotate here from them. Can't blame them for trying to use the time that they have allowed. Running off to the B site is definitely the really good option.
And the KJ utility can come into full effect here. You might not even have to make it a 1v3 with the KJ utility, excuse me. Just slow them down until you can spam for the stick. The smoke does come down, potentially expecting a player backside to come through from Link, but that will definitely not be the case. Seikyu now being wrapped from behind, sitting in this back corner of smoke, and it will be A77 sneaky as ever, getting that final kill. West Virginia cutting the lead 4-2. Very good comeback the last 2 rounds compared to the first 4.
Yeah, again, this is just what we've been talking about all night. Is where W starts off kind of not so much timid, but you know, not super aggressive. But
You need to get get their bearings.
Yeah, get their bearings. Once they get it, they start getting really aggressive. See them start to pop off later in the later half of attack side.
And A77 2 orbs away from that KJ lockdown. Dink's already only 4 away from another. I think I figured it out. I think it's called overcharge. I could be wrong.
Overcharge.
Regardless, the Yoru flash through the smoke to take all of the space up toward B main. The Vice utility lying in wait, and a Sheriff from Niles on the jet waiting as well. Glorb ended up shooting a clone from Inox. Well placed. I believe that baited the wall out as well. Pied. Now a little bit of a 1v1 here towards mid between A77 and Zhaoui. Not giving up mid for free anymore, but the Storm Grenade, or excuse me, the Swarm Grenade is going to give A77 the space to walk up. Zhaoui still there, where we might see a little spray fight ensue here, depending on who swings and if they're close or not, but looks like that won't be the case. Zhaoui backing up, and everybody playing very slow here, but the stack has been built onto B. Fade, Vice, and Jet all waiting for this B hit, just the Astra alone on A. It looks like Excite is going to drone out this mid area, finding Zhaoui in that link, forcing out the salvos, which is very, very important. Inox, what a flick on the Glyph as they barely peek their head out trying to find information. That's going to give them the big green light to take space here on the B site, but Dink's getting a little fancy with the running, caught out by Niles before he can pull his gun out, and then Inox, double swung. Zhaoui finds another kill on A77. Guk finds one, but with the steel curtain up, you just have shorties to work with. And with one play remaining, it is just Guk in a 1v3. 5 seconds, no time to plant. The Mountaineers scrapped. Have to keep the Vandal if you're Guk.
Player standing. Spike down B.
Yeah, Dink's getting caught out there. You know, it's kind of unfortunate he didn't see anybody close, but he kind of got caught out in the open. I think his run energy dissipated, or
It was pretty low.
it ran out. He was just completely out in the open. So by the time that he even got his gun, he didn't even have a chance to shoot.
Yeah, just unfortunate
Super
timing.
unfortunate.
Well, unfortunate timing, also just a very well-timed peak for Niles.
Yeah.
Very well-timed peak, especially knowing you only have the Sheriff. You got to swing, can, or, you know, not when, or rather when you should, not when you can. And now the Mountaineers gearing up to try to continue to chip into this lead that used to be 3 after UST winning that one. Niles up on top of this mid site of A. The lockdown used early from KJ. Are we going to see some jump peaks? Not quite. Very smart to use the turret for that instead. As the attacker Killjoy ultimate comes down, Dinks is going to take some space. The stun comes through towards Zhaoui, and it hits Dinks. The soul read finds Zhaoui sitting in that cubby. Dinks, or excuse me, Guk another on the Niles, instantly traded out though by Seikyu. But Inox, back sight, almost had the spray transfer, but Glorb's Sheriff ends up finding his head first. Now a 3v2 in favor of the Mountaineers. Now a 2v2 as Seikyu finds Dinks. But the clock is ticking on the spike. Very good Astro Wall to cut the noise for this UST team. Looks like Excite's going to swing through. Excuse me, that's A77. A77 finding both. Shimmying in between the wall, finding one, finding the... Coming out on just the KJ ultimate used, and you have Dimensional Drift and one away from Dinks' ultimate this round.
Man, that was a great play from A77. Excite perfectly darted the person who was on bomb. So he saw the person get off of the bomb, so he knew by the time that he could jiggle the thing, if not sticking on the... Great play overall from A7. Excite.
I do like the idea from Seikyu there to pop the Astro Wall.
Mm-hmm.
You know they're playing post plant with that KJ. You know KJ doesn't have utility on the spike. Just cut the noise and try to stick it. But unfortunately, A77 was there with different plans, and that's going to force UST now into another broken buy. 3 Sheriffs with a Vandal and a Phantom. Inox dimensional drifting through. The Astro Wall comes out from Guk as well, splitting off Heaven with the rest of B-Site. The Dimensional Drift comes through on the other side. Inox walks through. I don't think there's anybody there. No, there is! Glyph had the barrel of the Sheriff in Inox's ear, but couldn't find the kill. Inox with the awareness, I mean, you can call it lack of awareness, a lucky flick, but regardless, finds the kill, which was absolutely massive, and that's going to open a flood of kills for the Mountaineers. Guk and Dinks getting the most recent 2, and it's going to be just Niles alive back in Defender spawn. probably saving this ever valuable Vandal in a round where they need it the most. But Dinks is going hunting, so is Inox taking this 1v1, and Inox wins it. A flawless round for the Mountaineers.
Wow, you hate to see it from any team.
Yeah.
You know, you'd never like to see the win, but you know they always say the hardest people to hit are the people that are on choose. Nothing you can really do.
The world is wild.
Simply move on, reset it. You know, remove it from your mind, and you play on. Try to keep your mental up.
And Glyph has been playing so well.
Yeah,
that
was very
series.
uncharacteristic.
Yeah, let's not let that you know, whiff on the Sheriff. You know, take precedent when he's been playing so well. But regardless, Dinks now has the finger guns available. The sonar dart's going to come through, trying to find some information. The Astro Smoke blocks it for a moment. Niles peeks back between the cover to avoid it. The shock dart's going to come through, trying to break up any utility. The flash is going to come through from Inox. Dinks and Inox are about to swing. Niles is hit by the flash, but tucks way back sight. Dinks follows him, though. Inox finding another kill into Excite, but still a man up for West Virginia. Inox will be at very low HP. I believe that's around 20. Here comes the Prowler from Glyph, catching Dinks, who has to play very safe now. Guck forced to back all the way into main with Inox. And now what was going to be a pretty good post plant from the Mountaineers is turning into a solid retake for UST. The utility from Guck is there. A77's holding a pretty good angle, but tethered. So you know exactly where he's going to be. And Glyph finds Guck. Swings. SayQ finds Excite. It's just A77 remaining in a 1v2. SayQ gets it to half. And they decide to double swing. A very good call there to get off the spike and double swing as SayQ finds the final kill on to A77. Like I mentioned, what looked to be a solid setup for a post plant, UST ripped it apart with a retake.
Yeah, nothing you can really do there if you're WV. It's very you just didn't hit your shots in the end. But this double aggression from Dinks and Inox, you know, I love to see it. They're opening up and creating opportunities for the one. It's very nice to see.
Absolutely, and the biggest thing here is they're taking so much space on site. Way fat. Like we saw it on Haven, they were able to Dinks' jet, but you know, looking past it the whole season, you know, taking the space and entering site has been something where they've struggled a little bit. And now it looks like we're going to see another mid hit. The turret comes out for info. The stars are down for Guck, but he gets through to the wall. Niles has no idea, but misses the head. Does Guck. All of the bullets go into the body of Niles, leaving him at 5 HP. The Guardian does the trick to find Guck first. And now Niles, knowing he's at such low HP, barely dodges the shock dart. And they're going to walk up through smoke. A77, sneaky once again, playing around these smokes so well. Niles does find Excite, but A77 gets the 3v3. You have both duelists and your KJ alive for West Virginia. Oh, and look at this flank from Inox, going through the sewer and finding SayQ on the rotate and going straight back through. Glorb and Glyph are looking to meet up in defender spawn and make their way towards B, but Inox, A77, and Dinks are still over on A site. The utility comes out to clear the space, but the space is free. I think wisely giving up that space, you know, with this retake, you can kind of play the 1v1s a little bit better, but now 8 bullets in his gun, and Inox finds the head of Glyph. 8 bullets, no problem. Just Glorb alive. Who will find the kill? Will Dinks, or will it be A77? It is Dinks with the slide. Glorb goes down. West Virginia cuts the lead back to 1. We could see our first tied half of the night.
Yeah, very close game going on. I think it's super funny. But both teams are now 1-1 on the whiffs. But
true.
We'll see. He's gonna beat each other out on that other one.
We very well might, but in this last round of the half, St. Thomas, a worse bye. West Virginia, full. Still have Dinks' finger guns. You're 1 away from the Dimensional Drift. You're 2 away. You're 2 away from the Hunter's Fury. So a lot of options here, depending on the opening fights. The contact goes. Just can't lose your guns early. Can't give Niles or Zhaoui a free gun. Niles does have the Blade Storm up and active, but the Dimensional Drift comes early from Inox. And he's going to try to catch Glorb out with the smoke. He will exit the Dimensional Drift. Or excuse me, not the smoke, the flash. Glyph finds Dinks, though. A77 catching Glorb. Zhaoui goes down and trades among trades, looking like a Pokemon card convention. Inox finding SayQ to end it. after that dimensional drift to put him in such a good position, and a few whiffs from the Blade Storm of Niles. West Virginia ties the half after being down 4-0. Going here into the defense.
Yeah, you know, I said both teams were whiffing, and I still think it's pretty even. I think you couldn't tell who.
Everybody was whiffing on everybody.
Yeah, everybody was-
I couldn't keep track. There's deaths and deaths and kills, you know. But a chaotic fight there on the site. Mountaineers do come out on top. And let's just, I mean,
It's been a
Inox.
long night, though.
Inox, the flex player, the flex initiator player, 14-8 on the Yoru.
Just got to give him his confidence. Big confidence guy.
Absolutely. You know, maybe he's just a duelist.
Yeah.
Well, no, probably just
Well,
Yoru. He doesn't
I mean,
really play.
He's kind of well, you know. Good
Very
at
well
everything.
rounded player, and that's why we love Inox. Which actually, speaking of, never mind. Zhaoi and Seikyu are going to be making their way from A over toward B. Inox and Dinks, and I believe that's A77. No, that's Excite. All three holding angles in mid. Definitely a different play style on the fence than UST. Can open a lot in those early Mountaineers want to take as much control over mid as they can, and I believe this is why that gives you a lot more options on these rotakes for this retake. To try to pinch and squeeze the space away from the site from UST. Vice walks in, Glorb, the right click from A77 only does 90. Glorb takes him out, Glyph walks straight through the smoke into Excite's Ghost. Excite finds one onto Glorb but can't find Glyph. Glyph gets the trade. It's a 3v4. 2 players for UST within one-shot range, I believe, of that Sheriff, and Inox takes advantage. Glyph, the first to fall. Evens it up a 3v3, make it a 3v2. Guk and his Ghost find Zhaoi. Oh, but Seikyu, what a shot onto Guk. Oh, what a shot onto Inox as well. UST, low HP, they don't care. Taking down Dinks, Guk, and Inox there at the end, and what should have been I can't say what should have been, but what would have been a one round for West Virginia based on the health pools. St. Thomas takes it out.
Yeah, I really like that play from UST. They had all the sight and that knew that people probably were going to be rotating through spawn, so they got pretty aggressive in mid there, and they were able to get whoever was playing in mid super just fall back off and play off each other.
Absolutely, the sonar arrow ready for Excite. And here comes the drone from Zhaoi. Trying to find some info. We're seeing an early flank here. Dinks and Guk moving all the way up towards A. Well, not really a flank, just taking aggressive angles. Looks like Guk is looking for first contact. Niles is going to walk straight into A77. They had no idea he was the Sheriff. Finds Niles. Absolutely huge pick, getting rid of the Jet. Finding a second on a Glorb. A77 having an aim day the past 2 maps. Picks up the Marshal and is going to retreat back to B side as far as he can before the swings come through. He decides to take the engagement. Zhaoi makes him pay with the Bulldog, but the damage was done. Only 24 HP remaining. A 4v3 looks favorable here for the Mountaineers as the rest of the players start to converge to hold this site. Glyph finds Inox under the bridge, so evens it up for now. The plant will go down, puts Zhaoi one more orb toward that Teho ultimate. Glyph out dueling Dinks, who only had a classic. Excite's gonna get hit with the tether there. Seikyu. What trigger discipline from Guk? Zhaoi and Seikyu both not noticing him there, and Seikyu getting caught in the astral form. But Glyph has a Bulldog, Excite has a pistol. Just a classic. No idea where each other are. Does upgrade to a Sheriff. Has to be careful of this smart sonar to make sure they're not there. But now Glyph getting that utility ready. The haunt, the haunt comes out, and the first shot is not a whiff, a miss. A wide swing from Glyph and that Bulldog send UST to a 2-round lead. Most importantly, Glyph dodges the explosion.
A lot of damage there for WVU, though.
Yeah.
But St. Thomas isn't going to be on that great of a buy. You know, you typically want to have a lot more people on, or a lot more people alive for your bonus round just to keep that economy up, but it's pretty low now. So pretty good eco damage from WVU.
Absolutely. Exactly that will put St. Thomas on a bit of a lower buy, 3 sheriffs and a stinger versus full rifles for the Mountaineers. 3 away from the dimensional drift, 2 away from that Astra wall. And now here comes the Prowler from Glyph. Taking some space. Glorb challenges Inox there at A, but the teleport is there to get away and give the space. Niles with the dash proct, looking to get aggressive. Excite's gonna swing this angle and finds Glyph. Excite has been winning these duels very well tonight. But can the Mountaineers follow up? It looks like they might be able to this time. Dinks finding the kill on a Glorb. The rotate comes through straight. Nagaki finds one. Backs up, looking for the other corner. Oh, so much damage onto Seikyu there. And Excite is there to clean it up on the flank. Niles smoking to get away, but it's a 1v5. Great team play there from the Mountaineers around mid. Looks like A77 is going to be the first to see, and it will be A77 getting that kill, and a flawless from West Virginia, cutting the lead back to 1. We're going back and forth these last 2 maps. 2 very good teams to go back and forth with.
Yeah, that's definitely a slug out. I think something pretty interesting to notice is how both teams are playing pretty loose. UST seems to be taking a lot of mid control over and taking it towards B, while WVU took it a lot of times towards A. It's just kind of interesting to see the 2 different perspectives on the way to take mid control. Absolutely.
Now, mid control will not be kept by the Mountaineers. Nobody really playing around there, just some Astra utility. As we're going to switch back to us for a moment for some audio difficulties that have been happening a lot. We apologize if the audio issues have affected anybody. Just some hardware issues and some internet issues here in the facility. Regardless, we're going back. Didn't really miss anything. The drone will see a lot of information as to where UST is going, but that spike still hovering around mid. Inox coming on a bit of a flank. Zhaoui might run into it if he's not careful, and he does. Inox finds a kill. That's up 2 players for West Virginia. St. Thomas now don't really have a free site to hit. I mean, nobody really on site on B, but West Virginia already gearing up for a retake. Glyph is going to look to challenge defender spawn and will catch out A77, who takes a lot of chip damage, leaving himself just about 1 shot from all of the weapons UST has. Oh, Glyph got into the cubby. I don't think Dinks saw. The swing comes through, and Dinks is none the wiser. And here comes the Nightfall. It looks like it might hit a couple Mountaineers. It does. Marked, decayed, and now no audio for a few seconds. A lot of chip damage comes through. Onto Inox. Can he find a kill with a swing? No. Glyph having a round here, but Guck puts an end to it for now. West Virginia still up a player, now up 2. Guck and Excite, 1 and 2, do it themselves at the end. 8-8. Barely have time on the defusal. 3 seconds. You can spare 3 seconds, right? West Virginia, very good retake up a couple players.
Yeah, very clean retake. Inox staying alive there for as long as he did was super important for the people in BT to push up and gain that space. It's kind of unfortunate how fast he died, that he couldn't be more at the end, but it kept the guys looking at long for long enough that the CT players could get into position to trade really well.
Absolutely, and I think Inox might have pressed tab to see how much shield UST can afford, because he is now ripping the Outlaw here on the Yoru. I think the Outlaw is just good on this site, regardless of the... Looking to find an opener here. Niles is the only player with full shield, so hitting him first would be so rough. And guess what happened? An HP left on Niles and on Inox. Dashing into the smoke has a Sheriff now in back sight. The rest of the team is going to take so much space, and a free Outlaw given to Glyph, or excuse me, to Glorb. Dinks and Excite waiting to re-execute this site. The drone comes through, not spotting anybody. Playing hide and seek very well. 4 Sheriffs for St. Thomas, so the gun diff is still there for the Mountaineers, but can they make it a reality? Here comes the utility from the Tejo, and Niles finds the chain tethered. Excite inside of the salvos, finding his life as well. A77 gets Zhaoui on the flank, but it might not be enough. A 2v4 and the clock is ticking. Gut goes down in heaven. A77 can do what he can to find these exit frags. Does find Seikyu. Can't find Glyph, and a thrifty from UST is going to give them another one round. Very well played.
Yeah, very well played from UST. Very unfortunate for Inox to shoot the one person who has the full shield. But I guess that's why you want your jet player and your who's going to go out to have that full shield to take that shot.
Absolutely. West Virginia still has the eco to buy here, but putting a decent amount of creds on the line for it. Excite still just buying a Spectre. You do have 3 ultimates, and in my opinion, the 3 most impactful ultimates on your team. You could argue KJ.
Yeah, that's a KJ.
KJ is probably the most, but you have Dimensional Drift, you have the Neon ult, and you have Hunter's Fury, all available. Which ones will they use, and when will they? The Mountaineers have 3 moving all the way toward mid, while a fast hit is coming down on KJ's B site. The Astro Wall comes through. The smoke is down. So is the Molly. So much spray, but the decay, the tether. A77 stands strong alone, finding traded out by Zhaoui, but just enough time. Excite follows it up with the Hunter's Fury. Seikyu and Glyph each get a kill, which cuts it back down to a 2v2. Guk and Excite have to hold these angles well. Very well played there. From Glyph to survive. Guk can't secure the kill. The spray transfer with the Spectre is all, Excite needed. Finding both. The defuse is coming through, and we're going to see another tie. 9-9. Excite doing insane things with that Spectre in that clutch scenario. I almost said Guk because I'm so used to Guk having the stinger and doing that stuff.
Yeah.
But regardless, what a round from Guk, Excite, and A77 at the beginning.
What a round. Excite, too. He got a kill with the Hunter's Fury, so super impactful, even with the Spectre. Shows, these players can get it done with whatever gun they have.
The spray transfer was immaculate as well.
That
hurts my wrist just thinking about it.
Whew, fire.
Absolutely. Hope they have a fan on downstairs because Excite's probably sweating. Regardless, a Stinger and a Bulldog owned by Zhaoui and Niles, who now is taken down by Inox. Very early aggressive swing from Inox, finding Niles, who walked up a little bit too far for comfort for UST. The Mountaineers looking to take a lead here on Pearl. Need to close this one out. They have the 5-4 advantage early. The defense spread out at this point, gathering info, looking to see where the rotate is coming. Guk is holding a bit of an aggressive angle toward A. And that is where 3 of the UST players will go. Excite is spotted out, so we will back all the way toward A. Zhaoui, the first to make contact with Guk, gets a little bit of chip damage, which might prove to be all that important. Here comes the Astro utility. The Nightfall comes through, connecting with Guk. Here comes the tether once again. It's been so strong. A77 does not care. A77 finding the kill onto Glyph. Still marked for now is Guk. Seikyu finding the trade. But Zhaoi's going to swing, and Guk wasn't ready. Dinks finds one, but it might be too little late. It's still a 2v2, but the setup is there. The wall comes through. Dinks getting aggressive. And he pops the ult. He finds Seikyu, who hit in the cubby. Dinks had no idea, but the ult is used, and he finds the kill anyway. He gets a 3 on the round. A hero play from Dinks to secure the defusal from Excite, and West Virginia is on top of Pearl, 10-9.
Dude, what a heads-up play from Dinks. Realizing he didn't have any more dashes and getting caught there, he had to pull out the ult. That was the only way
and
that he
not
was going to
panicking. Trying to pull out his gun too fast. Gets around the corner first.
Yep.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
That was perfect. Great awareness.
I love how West Virginia's been playing these rotates as well. They're not over-rotating early. They're spreading out. They're spreading everything out, playing for info before they start stacking sites, which is something UST did not do. But Dinks is going to take this early. Who cares about info when you have a Vandal in your hands? Glorb finds, Glorb goes down. Niles finds the trade, but Guk trades it back. So West Virginia still up 2 despite losing Dinks. I think that is a worthwhile trade. The Jet goes down. The Vice goes down. You lose your entry and your post-plant utility if you're UST. Now the Mountaineers still have 3 over toward A, and Excite's going to find Zhaoui, who's walking in, not clearing stairs. Inox on the other side finding Glyph as well. 4v1 26 HP, and nothing to do with it is SayQ. Excite finding him with the shorty. West Virginia increasing that lead 11-9. The Mountaineers are buzzing right now through the past few rounds.
Finding their groove. Seems like a few of those rounds, you know, super back and forth with the Thrifties, but as soon as they got the win on their gun round, it really just like shot them up, boosted their confidence with that momentum.
Inox is opping. Haven't seen that in a long time.
Inox
It's been,
off.
been like a year or two since I've seen Inox with an op.
Really?
Yeah. Well, last time I've seen him buy
We're gonna be
one.
in for a show then.
You probably know better than me if Inox is getting the op. I could not tell you if
See how
Inox is
this
a good
goes.
opper. We're about to find out. The smoke comes up. The haunt instantly broken. The tether connects to nobody. Glyph is going to back off of that B site, just throwing the utility for some info. I would imagine Guck holding aggressive on A as Glorb is going to make his way up. Here comes the Prowler. And Niles peeks with the Blade Storm, instantly shut down by Inox, the operator, proving to be a good gun for Inox and worth the money. A second is found onto Glyph. Out goes the flash and the decoy. SayQ and Zhaoui, a Sheriff and a Vandal to use in this 2v5, trying to hit B. The drone comes through, but will it be enough? SayQ, shoulder barely missed by Inox's operator. The slide through from Dinks won't find the kill. Zhaoui gets with the Sheriff, upgrades to a Vandal, 20 HP, but I guess it's possible not when Inox has you in as Crosshair. Zhaoui goes down. West Virginia on match point of Pearl.
Wow. Do you think Inox with the op, is that going to start becoming a new thing?
I hope so, if he keeps using it like that.
I hope we get more of these team comps, though. They really seem
So fun to
I
watch
really
as well.
aggression. It's really looking great.
I'm surprised UST hasn't tried to take much space up mid yet.
Yeah, well, they did early on, and it kind of seemed like it was sometimes whenever they would go B, but I think they got stopped going back through CT spawn, and then since then it's kind of been lackluster.
Yeah, there was that pinch from Excite and Guck there. Yeah, you're right. Speaking of, Dinks gets the stun onto Niles, takes 0 damage, sliding through, getting the kill. Walls up to get through, is stunned by the utility for now, but nobody will swing on him. I wouldn't swing on Dinks either. Out comes the Sova drone. Oh, narrowly misses Glyph. So no real info on where Glyph is. However, you know, process of elimination. He's not there. He's not there. He's probably over there. The Bulldog, or excuse me, the Guardian, making its way through mid. Inox still with the operator, has Dimensional Drift in hand if things get difficult. You're also 2 away from that Hunter's Fury, and Dinks still 4 away, so probably won't see it again unless UST goes on a few run maps. Inox swings out, finds SayQ, but goes down. Could prove to be a worthy trade in this 4v3, and it might just be Guck finding Glorb. Guck once again on Zhaoui. Guck with the 3-piece. Guck 107 had a birthday last week, and here's his gift. It's a win against St. Thomas to end it in the decider. West Virginia getting their first win in NACE play, which is crazy. I just said that out loud. But what a team to get it against.
What a series. That was actually really entertaining. Great play from both teams. I can't believe that game ended like that. That was spectacular. There we go.
Absolutely. I had to get the light on. Absolutely fantastic map from Pearl. We haven't seen Pearl yet on stream, and I loved every second of it. It was so fun. And just look at that leaderboard. You had Inox and Dinks right there, 1 and 2. That's what you want to see out of a duelist, and it's what we used to see with that Yoru Raze. Now it's a Yoru Neon on Pearl. I think it suits the playstyle perfect.
Yeah.
Inox doesn't have to stop to think about setting anybody up. Dinks can kind of just run in, kill first, ask questions later. Guck still doing his thing. You know, it's Pearl. Of course, Guck is going to walk, do some crazy stuff. Excite holding on sites. A77 just stone-faced in the face of all of that fade and that Vice utility. No cares in the world. Fantastic play.
Yeah. Whenever I was playing with them a lot, Inox, whenever he first started playing Yoru, I was a little cool, but soon as he started playing him, I was like, wow, like Inox knows his stuff, like on Yoru. He doesn't have to do anything. He can play for himself and frag. So it's really cool to see him go back on.
Yeah, and I hope we see it in the future as well, especially if they can put performances like that. Looked a little hairy on map 1. but ended up coming back.
Yeah.
From 0-1 to 3-1, or excuse me, 2-1, winning the next two on Haven, which Haven looked hairy at the beginning as well. Pearl looked hairy at the beginning. The Mountaineers ended up clawing back when they needed to. Regardless, fantastic game. You had a treat if you guys stuck around to watch that last map of Pearl. That's all the time we have tonight. Thank you again, Berg, for hopping on the
thank you
cast.
for having me.
A lot of fun. Very, very, very fun to have two games today with you and Noah for Call of Duty. So that being said, next week is spring break, so no streams. Later this week, we will have a treat. I'm going to do a little sneak peek, a new show that we're doing. It's going to replace On the Country Roads, but we're recording it tomorrow. So it should be fun. Look out for that on the YouTube. It's at WVU Esports. Same on every social, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at WVU Sports. Follow us for updates for Day of Giving, updates for whatever. If you would like to hit us with a subscription, every cent goes towards upgrading our stuff so we can create better content so you can enjoy West Virginia University esports as much as we do. That being said, it's been a long day.
Yeah.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.